Welcome to the Hawks Nest live stream show. My name is Brandon Kane, and I do thank you so very much for tuning on in here as we got ourselves some game day action. It's always a little bit better when the pads are popping, the guys are out hitting, and this is a kind of game that in a lot of ways you know where you're at as a fan in the third preseason game is you will get some starters, that's for sure, but this is also the chance in a large part, in a large way, for guys to do a couple of things that are, guys more at the end of the roster a bit at times. Guys trying to fight for their not only roster spot, but their football lives. And that is certainly what you're going to see across this field, which to me makes it a fun brand of football, knowing these guys are giving everything they got for a sport that they love, trying to stay within it. And it kind of gives you the two layers where you get both that, and then you also get the individual battles that are ongoing on your team that might be coming down to the wire in certain respects, especially as it comes to who's on that roster bubble and who might get popped off of it versus able to remain. So we're going to learn a lot about that today here with the Cleveland Browns coming into the Seattle area, and they're going to try to let it rip here. We do not have any Deshaun Watson today, so they're going to keep him encased in glass, that Han Solo bicarbonate, and keep him hopefully ready for the regular season, because a lot of that hinges for this Browns team and their success this year, of course, Deshaun being healthy for them and being somewhat close to vintage Deshaun. But the other starters will be out there for the Browns. We'll be getting a good heavy dose, I think, of a decent number of those guys. Maybe not a lot of action from them, at least maybe a couple series on that side of it, and then it will be a little bit more down to the depth, and then we'll be watching them kind of fight it out on that side of it. But hopefully maybe at least we'll get a good Sam Howell look if after Geno's in there. I'd love to see them give him some real good run in this game. It might be just PJ Walker they go with, but that would be kind of cool to see in my opinion. I hope everybody's having a great day today. Let me just say what's up to all you guys here in the chat as we're getting close to that time frame here where the game will be flipping over here shortly. Somewhat shortly here, I guess. We've got a little bit of time remaining here. Cam Robinson, how you doing? It's good to see you in the house. So we talk football. Seahawks fan from Texas here, going to my first Seahawks game week 1, so I'm pumped. It's going to be a hell of a game to go see. We talk football. You're really going to have a lot of fun with that one because it's going to be a renewed, I think, energy in that stadium for that first game. New coach. There's going to be a bit of anticipation in there. Denver, that old rival from the AFC West coming back into town. It's going to be probably pretty off the hook. Very lucky. Sean Thompson, how you doing? Kurt, what's up? Misfits says Kenny Mack, pass pro, right guard competition, wide receiver 5, 6. Helani looks lots to look at tonight. Indeed. Corner safety, I'd add on top of that. How's that mix going to work? I'll show you guys here at some point today where I think the roster is going to land at when it's all said and done. But it does kind of come to another part of that being, are you going to go with the 5 corners or the 6 corners and the 5 safeties? How do you offset one to the other on that one, maybe? AC Journey, it's good to see you in the house. Misfit, what's up? Rampanzi, hello. Snail, hello, my man. Tuck, my TV says the game comes on at 7:30 because of the Giants game. Anyone else? They might be pushing it back. The Giants got 11 minutes and 56 seconds left in this other preseason game, so that might just very well be the case. We're going to have a lot to chop up. This is going to be a late night. No more Devin Richardson. The season's loss is Snail. Adam says, nice Han Solo reference for Watson. Laughing out loud. Touche, sir. Touche to you. One Star Wars fan to another. It's not been the most greatest of recent runs, but we still got the old to lean back on. Got to keep him clear. Randall in the house. What's up, Randall? Michael Bennett looks blazed. Well, you're going to enjoy that retirement. You're going to enjoy it real nice. Troy Kaufman, how you doing, man? Go Hawks. Free Truth, what's up? James Stradley, it's good to see y'all. I don't know how much we're exactly going to see of the starters, AC. I would imagine that you get a couple series maybe, but that's probably the most you'll see of actual starters out there, and it's going to vary guy to guy. Coaches are just tending to play this very preventatively, is the best word to use. You look at the Rams today, and I was looking across the board watching some of the game, and I'm going, which of these guys can I kind of look at in scouting towards the regular season and guys that we'll actually see on the field? And if you go look at the Rams, just take a look at that box chart there from the game, and there's no names you're going to really recognize on there from the Rams. Really seems like Sean's leaning into that keep them all safe, keep them all protected through the preseason. I think a lot of coaches have taken that page out of that book. So that, I think, has definitely been the trend recently, where these coaches are more going towards just not having the guys play. With that said, I think that Macdonald has also shown that he sees a value in getting these guys prepared in this way for the season, as opposed to just purely protecting them. But you can't argue with McVay's approach to it. Is the lessening of the playing of those guys is not held them back when it comes to the regular season. Robert says Watson's probably getting some special massages tonight. There's some deep tissue stuff they got to get into. Okay, it's preventative. That's the real thing we got to understand here, Robert. It's not it's not predatorial. It's preventative, and when it's done for that reason, did they have to make sure it was a male? Yes, but that's reasons are reasons. Tucktie says, are y'all getting the Jets game instead of the Seahawks game? Oh, there's the Giants game on right now, but it hasn't kicked over to the Hawks game. They may be pushing it back, but we'll see. It's supposed to be on this NFL Plus app thing that you're able to use. This always gets a little confusing during the preseason, unneedlessly so. Isaac says, I can't hear a GD thing, but sending greetings from inside of Lumen. Let's effing go Hawks. Hey, Isaac, we got a man on the scene in the house. Let's go, Isaac. Good to see you, bro. Randall with the $5 donation starting us off right as he does. Appreciate you for that, Randall. Says, B, what are the top position battles going into the last preseason game? What are you going to be looking at tonight? Well, thank you for the $5 donation. I think that much has been pretty well assured here, Randall. I think from my standpoint on this, from quarterback, running back, I know Brady Russell has played well, but I would argue that tight end is, if they're going to anticipate that Pharaoh Brown's going to get back within a week or two, they're going to still stick with Pharaoh as the third tight end, rather than going on PUP for 6 weeks or whatever to have maybe a Brady Russell or Westover on the roster. And that means to me that you're going to see what we thought we were going to get at training camp coming in with the tight ends too. So it does come down now kind of simply along certain positions to me on the camp battles. I was looking at where my depth chart is right now and how I have things set. And I was kind of surprised that when I did look at the offensive line, I think the offensive line's kind of locked in with the guys that are going to make the team versus not. Miles Adams is definitely a guy fighting it out potentially in there, though I do wonder if this might be a bit more locked in too because of a Cam Young injury, and if Cam Young's not ready to go. If Cam Young's ready to go, they probably would flip out Miles Adams for Cam Young, but he hasn't played it all this preseason. Haven't heard if we're going to see any of him tonight. Hasn't even barely been on the practice field, I don't think. I believe much of the same way thing here, Randall, with the linebacker that I'm showing here to you, where it's Dotson, Baker, Knight, and then it's Radigan, Barrett. Those are your five probably when they end up getting down to it. So the battles are really a couple here. It's Nelson Cesar versus Sharif. That'd be one. It's Artie Burns I think it's Artie Burns more against Marquise Blair than I think it's Artie Burns versus another corner on the roster. I think the team, with the trade of Michael Jackson this last week, is intending to keep both Nehemiah Pritchett and DJ James. So it does more come down to whether they keep the four safeties or the extra corner. And if it was the extra corner, I could see it being Artie Burns, but I think Blair might be impressing them a little bit. So there's really not too many that I've got as far as roster spots go. Wide receivers, one people will point to, but I'm going to sit pretty firmly and land on the fact that even if Aesop Winston has a good game tonight, I don't think Derek Young has necessarily done anything to cause himself not to make the roster, especially with the special teams value that he brings. We'll see on that. That's one of those, we shall see. But I would say those are really the only battles that I see being in there right now, Randall. I think McClendon Curtis has made this roster. I think that might shock some people a little bit and thinking he's more fringy on this, but I was running the numbers on it, and I think that that's probably the way they go with it, and counting on his ability in a pinch to play right tackle if they need. So not as many real spots for us. Part of the benefit of having a deeper roster here. But when I went through the defensive line alone, I was like, well, we're going to keep 7. And you got those guys all kind of locked into who you're keeping. It's really only Adams who's to me, the question mark there. And even that, I think he's locked in because no one's really pushed him on that defensive line behind him. And then Cameron Young hasn't played there, Randall. Don Mata. thank you for the $10 donation. And Randall, thank you again for all your support to the channel. Don, thank you too as well. Says, hello, fellow Hawks suckers. Thank you, B, as always. Excited for this season. Super Bowl, here we come. Or actually, let me do it. Let me do it right. Let me do your message right here. Hold on.
Hello, fellow Hawks suckers. Thank you, B, as always. Excited for this season. Super Bowl, here we come. Go Hawks.
Oh, yeah, we're going to be using the voice changer app. Yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So, game no kicky offy yeti here for those at home. So this may be delayed until they have the Giants game done. That would be an NFL thing to do. It would be very, very NFL if that was to happen. Yeah, we'll get the spam pushed out here. One sec, folks. 1 second here. Da-ba-da. Da-ba, da-da. And waiting for the start. Don't know if we're going to have a little bit of delay. Probably will. This Giants game's got a lot. They really roll these preseason games very, very slowly. It's kind of surprising. You think they would be like, all right, let's kind of just get through it on it. And no, they're running. They're going full blast. Megan, thank you for rejoining as a Hawks Nest Pro Bowler. I know you've been a long-time member of the channel. Yeah, Sharif and Cesar is definitely one of the main fights there. Don Mana, thank you again, man, for that $10 donation. And here's to a hopeful Super Bowl season, man. What a lovely thing that would be to see. A lovely, miraculous, wonderful, beautiful thing that would be to see. Randall, thank you for the $2 donation. He says, I see talk we keep Mike Jarrell because of upside. That was the one that I did struggle a little bit on my proverbial who's going to make the roster and who's not going to make the roster here. Why I had it come down to McClendon Curtis making the roster is because the team has put McClendon Curtis out there as a starter at right tackle, and they've moved him outside of his natural position to do so. And so they've kind of signaled a couple of intentions there, in my opinion, Randall, with that. Number one, they're asking the guy to be a good soldier, a fringe roster player to move out of position to a different position because they want to make sure they can protect their depth that is already there in Abraham Lucas and George Fant. Okay, so are you going to punish that guy then because he wasn't as strong in his right tackle snaps throughout training camp? And then also, if it's the case of they want Mike Jarrell for his upside, then that would have been more of the intention to me from the rip. And so then at that point, Randall, you would be actually having Mike Jarrell out there taking those starter reps. Instead of Mike Jarrell getting more of these kind of sample size snaps through the games, you'd actually be really running him out there as that sort of starter, because why not at that point a little bit, you know? And again, why not coming back to McClendon Curtis? You're not giving him a fair shake on this. If you're saying, okay, you're going to play a lot of right tackle here throughout camp, and it's not his natural position. He can do it in a pinch, but that's why I did that math on this. But it wouldn't surprise me if you did go to Mike Jarrell. That's not out of the question at all. And I did think about putting him in there as the guy that they would do instead of that, but I just couldn't come to anybody else that I could pull off the unit. And I think that's what's going to kind of drive their logic and reasoning on this one. Megan, thank you for the $10 donation. I appreciate you for that. And folks, we do not have a start to the game yet. There are rumors that maybe they're going to push it back here to 7:30 in the end of this Giants-Jets game, which is crawling along. I told you guys about 20 minutes ago that there was 12 minutes to go left in the game. There's 9 minutes and 57 seconds left to go in the game. So we might be an hour and a half out on this one. A lot of incompletions. A lot of bad football this preseason period. I know they play this vanilla with a lot of this stuff, but these teams are running some pretty just rough games. Defenses are certainly ahead of the offenses right now. Megan, thank you for the $10 donation. I really do appreciate you for that. This is just home from a late birthday get-together for Ollie, who says hi to you and Pumpkin. Let's go Hawks. Well, thank you, Megan, my lady from Dan Enda. Good to see you in the chat. And Pumpkin, as you can see, is deep in her. She's deep in. Ollie says hi. You say hi to Ollie? Say, what's up, Ollie? Say, Ollie. All right. Okay. All right, you go back to sleep then. You're good. Appreciate you, Megan, for the donation and your support. And tell Ollie I said hey too as well. Randall, thank you for the $2 donation. He asked, what's up with Sa'atoa Lumea? Sa'atoa Lumea is maybe not worked out as well at guard for Seattle when they've tried him out there early on in camp. Through the last couple of preseason games, he's been moved more out to right tackle. And I don't know if that's indicative that they think he just can't make that transition inside, or there's just a full commitment to getting him onto the practice squad. And so let's not show off what he can do at guard and let somebody else do the math who might try to push him onto an active roster. Some of those games are going on at times in the way they use a guy even through preseason. There's a little bit of what I wonder with Mike Jarrell. When to come back to the Mike Jarrell question, Randall, as to why wasn't he out there more getting those starter snaps? Why wasn't he more getting firmly footed into being essentially that backup right tackle for you come day one when you're not going to have Abraham Lucas? And the reason seemingly being here is that maybe they're doing a little bit of that same kind of stash stuff if they can pull it off here. So I don't know on this one for sure what's the case with that. He hasn't played well necessarily in the preseason, Randall, but he has been playing more tackle. And the thought process with him was not that you were not drafting a guy to play tackle at the NFL level. You're drafting the guy to be a guard at the NFL level. And so he's just a little bit maybe of an indicator that he's not necessarily playing all that great here so far to start things off. But that is a guess, of course, Randall, Snail, thank you for the $2 donation. And we'll be pumping through these quick. So, folks, bear with me on this. Thank you for the $2 donation. He says, I want to see Barrett out there tonight. I want to see Barrett out there tonight. Don't know who you mean. I don't know who you mean. Barrett. I want to see Barrett out there tonight. Let's search through here and try to find who he means by Barrett. I'm sorry, Snail. You don't have to put a donation in if you want to just go ahead and expand out on that just a little bit on the, maybe if you can, into a comment section there. I don't actively see anybody on the roster named Barrett right now. Wasn't ringing any bells for me, buddy. So sorry. I appreciate the donation, but I don't know who you mean on that. Megan, thank you for another $5 donation. Appreciate you for that as well, Megan. Says, got the number 67 on with pride. As Deadpool said, let's have it go. There we go, Megan. Rocking the Charles Cross jersey. Love it. Get it. That's right. Let's have and go is right. In another half hour. In another mere half hour. Oh, wait. No, they got us going. Okay, so they're messing with me now. Sorry, folks. Thought we were... They definitely held it off for a second, but they're starting now. Let's see if I can actually watch this now. Man, the NFL makes this really, really dumb. Very dumb. There we go. Okay, so we got 14:08. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Sounds like Winston starting off here for the Browns. We got 1 carry for a yard. Jameis Winston's 0 of 1 here. It's always hard to predict this stuff, I'll have this better on game day, hopefully. It's like we got a roughing the passer and Uchenna Nwosu that's going to give him an automatic first down. Man, where's my deal at here? There it is. All right, so you got the Browns here kicking us off 14-12 first quarter. They're right around the 40-yard line in their own territory. Jameis, crab legs, Winston, under center. Play action pass. Uh-oh. Uchenna just got drilled over there. Hopefully he's okay. We got a false start. Man, these television broadcasts they struggle so much with like showing you the stuff you want to see. It's always, especially these injury things, you don't know. Is that guy just injured? Because he's like laying in a pile on the floor, like, and then maybe he gets up. Almost intercepted there by Dodson. Oh no. Like, there's so much wanting to show the play. There's like an injured guy. What are you more worried about in the preseason? The play that was made, or that one of your starters maybe just got majorly injured? The producers just... So I don't know what happened to Uchenna. There we go. Now they finally get back around to it. He's getting back up onto his feet, and he is going to walk off. Gingerly testing the ankle. Just what you don't want to see. One into the first drive. He's trying to play hard and fast and just got cut blocked there. Awful job by the telecast there of covering exactly what happened there. It's like, that's more important than the stupid tip away that's a no play because you got the false start anyway. All right, 1st and 25 now. And I see we got a couple donations. I'm sorry, I got a little bit behind on them. The action kind of kicked off here, so it's always tough interaction on the chat right in the game. I'll definitely get you guys on the donos. Just bear with me on this a little bit here. 2nd and 19 here. Drop back to pass for Winston. Pressure. Throws it back over the middle for a short pass, completed underneath, quickly brought down. This will bring up about a 3rd and 10 or 11 here. So Uchenna walked off under his own power, but did walk off pretty doggone gingerly there. And of course, Seahawks depth, edge depth right now is something to be a little worried about here 2 weeks out from playing. Hopefully he's okay. Third down and 11. 12:44 to go. Shotgun look for Winston. 3 wide to the far side of the field. Pressures up the middle, and he's brought down to the ground. Jaron Reed with a nice sack there. Looping inside. Well done by Jaron Reed. Looks like Seahawks got it done with the front 4, showing a stack box, so showing a little bit of that flavor you normally get. You get your single rushers then at that point because the pass protection's changed just a little bit there. Jaron gets his single block, and he's able to go hunt off the back of it. Nicely done there by the defense. This punt will be driven high and deep here. Field at the 21, taken up from there with a little bit of space to work when he's still up on his feet, all the way down to the 39-yard line is Williams. He's been probably the most capable and competent punt returner for the Seahawks here in this early preseason period. The offense will take over from there. Journey, thank you for the $5 donation. I appreciate you for that, AC Journey. So supporting the channel, bro. Grateful for you. Go Hawks. Blessings to everyone in the chat. Well, blessings to everyone in the chat, including yourself on that AC Journey, and I thank you so much for that support. You guys are what allows me to do this, and it is none other than you that allow me to do this and this kind of support in this way, and I really do appreciate that. I do hope you're having a great night, man, and thank you. Thank you, man. Blessings, for sure. Sorry, a little late on the acknowledgement there. Long live the king. Thank you for the $5 donation as well. In fantasy football, you're in the 4th round of draft. You already have a running back, a wide receiver, and a tight end. You have DK and K9 on the board. Who are you taking? I would take K9. But I mean, it's sort of a coin flip for me at that point, long live the king, because I'm seeing them both as far as bottom line right around the same kind of level of productivity when it's all said and done. But I would go with running back because my opinion in fantasy is that you can oftentimes kind of find your way through on the receiver position. You can make a trade, you can pick a guy up off the waiver wire, you can get functional there usually. But if you can have a stable of a couple running backs, that can be a difference maker for you in your fantasy leagues that maybe not everybody's trying to utilize as their method of approach for an advantage. A lot of guys seem like they go really heavy the wide receivers, and that's the one to me that year to year you can find a lot of fluctuation at times in performance with those guys. But you give me an early back, still in the rookie deal, to me that's the time to strike, on that one. Thank you for the donation. Yeah, see, Lord, I hope Chen is not out. I'm a little worried. Luckily, he got up on his feet and walked off. That's the first good sign that you see. But he didn't walk off and he's all bouncy and it was all good. It was like he crumbled up there after he got hit. Michael Barrett. Sorry, my bad, guys. The way he spelled it threw me off on that. All right, Michael Barrett. Snail, my bad. Yes, he will be fun to look at on that. Sorry, I had a complete blank on that. It was typed differently, so it wasn't connecting. He had that Byrant. Like Bryant, like Red Bryant? All right, we got shotgun here for Geno to start things off. Spread formation, drops back, hits his foot, lets it sling out there to DK a little bit wide on the throw. 2nd and 10. Out route to DK there, and like I said, just a little. He's had to fit it up over the top of a defender there underneath. Kind of a levels route there with a shorter receiver running underneath short. DK running over the top. 2nd and 10, shotgun again. Browns teasing a blitz. Geno sees it. Drops back. Lets it rip over the top. He's got one-on-one with JSN. Hits JSN there on a deep shot over the top. Let's take the top of that defense off like the lid on your Jiffy jar. Nice job by JSN on the catch to get open, too. Just gets right upfield. He showed a few times on that route last year. It's a little bit of a skinny post almost to the just, you're taking the 9 and you're just skinnying it out towards the sideline from the slot. And able to make the catch. Geno recognized it first by seeing the blitz coming downhill and knew that he was going to get that one-on-one on the outside. 1st and 10, Geno back under center into Browns territory here right from the jump. Handoff, Geno falling down, throws it away, gets it over to McIntosh, who makes the catch for a gain of 9. Good job of escapability there by Geno to get just enough away from the first defender to give himself enough time to get the ball with some improvisation to the running back. Nice little throw there by Geno, who's looking real good here to start things off. 2nd down and 1. 10:38 to go in the first quarter. Seahawks driving into Browns territory. Geno directing traffic here prior to the snap. Shotgun again from him. Four-man front from the Browns. Fake play action into JSN. He makes the catch. Quick throw, quick catch. 1st down. Nice throw by Geno. Puts it right there on JSN between the two defenders there. Make sure he doesn't get him cracked too hard. Seahawks on the 22-yard line here of the Browns. They go empty with McIntosh moving into motion. Geno dropping back to throw. Flips it up over the top, looking for DK. DK with the catch and touchdown! DK Metcalf! Geno gets his coverage, gets his one-on-one. You spread him out to a 5 wide. You got to put a hat on a hat. You leave your hat on the hat then with DK to the outside. That one single high safety's got to cover so much space there. And Seahawks punish them for that. You're going to run press with DK and then think you can still run with them. Just falls down. There's no push off. The Cornerback just fell down when the ball was in the air. He's like, I ain't going to get up over on that. I'm not even going to be able to jump on that. DK didn't even touch him. He just fell down. But a marvelous, marvelous drive conducted by Gino and the boys. Gino playing it aggressively there on first down. And you pull McIntosh to a 5-wide empty. 5 wide. You got to get those guys matched up across the board on that. Now you're forcing for sure almost at times those teams to be in a single high look. And if that safety doesn't drive over to DK, if he's not pulling over there quick, and then you've got press on DK then with the corner, Gino's going to like that matchup every single time. Every single time. What a beautiful drive. Okay, we see enough of Gino. I'm good on Gino and DK. Mike, yeah, we're good. No, we're looks great. No, it's awesome. It's good. Just go ahead now and yeah, let's just let's head over there. Let's just put him. Let's go get him a hot dog, maybe. Iced tea. We got the bots going tonight hard. They're mid-season form, I guess. Yeah, they are. Holy crap, man. I might have to turn on, Megan, I'm going to turn on subscriber mode on the first stream of the year. So I should have had it. I meant to turn it on with this one and I didn't do it. And I'm not wanting to do that, but you know. Who can send messages? All right, Megan. I'm sorry, folks. We're getting too many bots here today, so I got to turn on subscriber mode only for the chat. It's getting to be a little bit too much today. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. All right, bots should be done now, Megan. They got to be subbed up now, the channel. I don't think they're subbed up to the channel. So sub-only mode on. That should wear down a few of them out of here. Yeah, they got DK's pads off. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, Mike. Kickback comes back to 26-yard line. Nice job by White, the receiver, down there with Radigan to help make the play on the kick returner. It sounds like Mike Macdonald was thinking what I'm thinking. Sounds like he was thinking what I was thinking. I've seen enough of DK. We're good. No, that was a great drive, DK. No, you're awesome. No more. You're done tonight. What? I got like one sweat that's just gone down my. I need to get a little bit more for. No, you're prepared. You're ready. We're good. I'm with it. It was just awesome. He was already, like, by the time they got back from the commercial break, DK had his pads off, his uniform all like super tucked all in, all swagged up, like he's been like looking at it in the mirror. It's like, it's just so funny. Like it was like he was out there in flip flops and his shorts, like the equivalent. Winston dropping back to throw here on first down. He's got a man open on an in-cutting route there. Burns just couldn't quite stay with the receiver there through the whole course of the route. It's kind of a long developing route on a kind of over route here. Yeah, it's not even, that's just an in-cutting route there. And Burns kind of was struggling the whole way there. He's kind of labored getting up the field there on that route. First down and 10. 9:11 to go here in the first quarter. Winston under center. 3 wide for the Browns. A little throw out to the flat here. Rallying up on the play is Tyrese Knight. Can't quite bring him down. DJ James comes out to help and finish off Jerome Ford on the sideline. Early down there, it looks like you had Mike Morris and Derek Hall off the edge right now in the game currently. We also got some kind of more backup defensive tackle types in the interior. So Reed and company are out the game now. No Williams, no Murphys on that side of it. 2nd down and 6. Creeping into Seahawks territory at the 46-yard line. Winston in shotgun. Handoff inside to Ford. Ford bouncing around a little bit, looking for some daylight. Finds a little bit, actually. And he'll get a first down. Seahawks are rocking a couple of guys that are not going to be on the roster at defensive tackle right now. So if there are some holes on the interior there through that A-gap. And now Artie Burns is coming over. Something going on there with the leg a little bit almost. He's limping. And it really looked like he was almost pulling his leg along on the course of that route, like hammy or something had gotten kind of yanked. He'll come off onto the sideline now. So you got Kendricks and Bars, the USC kid that they signed a couple weeks ago on the inside here. 1st and 10. Morris and Sharif off the edge here. Radigan blitzing. And we've got a false start here. Perhaps the crowd noise factoring in a little bit just right there. Nolan, thank you for the $5 donation. He says, excited to see a non-Waldron offense. Turns look pretty good there with the ones. One drive this preseason, one quick touchdown, and Gino, as I had thought, is going to be very comfortable in this offense with things spread out in this way and allowing him to basically hit anywhere he wants to hit on the field. I think giving him a little bit more control over what he's able to do out there and where he's allowed to attack. And I think you saw it in that first drive with some of the aggressiveness there. And boy, that looked good. We're a lot to feel happy about there. Play action pass, out route there by Jameis Winston. Smartly found, but quickly tackled there by Nehemiah Pritchett. He might have kept him, just a couple yard gain there. Nice job by Nehemiah. He's playing off cover 3, so he's got to drive up on that route post. That's a hard route to come up on when you're playing that deep coverage, especially in off coverage at that. 2nd down and 10 here for the Browns. Winston dropping back to pass, quickly flips it over. Nice play by John Radigan there. He just got his hand in there at the catch point and ripped that ball out. Winston's looking competent. I don't know if he's trying to eat this dub, but he's looking competent. 6:34 to go in the first quarter. Browns in Seahawks territory, but they got themselves here a long 3rd and 10. They're going to go empty. Trips to the far side of the field. Winston, ready to roll. 4-man front from the Seahawks, nothing fancy. Winston looking to attack over the top. He's got a man freed up over the top. And that's a big first down there. Winston showing off that arm strength and arm talent here. First couple of drives. Able to push that ball over the top. Just a crossing route. DJ James, the guy in coverage there. James just not able to run with the receiver. DJ James does a nice job here on the fly sweep of dragging down the ball carrier for only a 2-yard gain on first down. Good job there, DJ. He's had a bit of an up-and-down performance so far through the preseason games. A bit like these last 2 plays. Get a little good, a little bad in different areas. But nice job staying with it there. Ooh, might have gotten away with a little bit of face mask there at the end. 2nd down and 9, 5:23 to go here in the first quarter. Winston back in shotgun. 3 wide. Trying to direct traffic here. There's some confusion. Seahawks bringing a blitz. They've got a guy freely coming. Winston picks it up there nicely, but they've got the backside cleaned. DJ James coming up and making the play in space. Nice job with him. Notable these last 2 plays that he's making these tackles. This is the part of his game I've often pointed to, much like Nehemiah Pritchett, who made his own good tackle here in this drive few plays back, that these guys can cover. They can cover. There's no doubt about that. They can run man. They can run zone. They did both at Auburn. But can they come up in space and tackle? Can they get off blocks? Can they show a bit more tenaciousness in that department of things at times? That really is much the key with them on this. 3rd down and 9, shotgun look here for Jameis. Quick throw, quick catch. Just short of the first down, though. So the Browns are going to be left with a decision here on 4th and 1. Probably imagine that you go for it here. Why not? It's preseason. James there again on the tackle, yeah. This will be 4th and 2, so nice stop there by James. This is a legit, you can't just do the brotherly shove here. Winston thinks he's got a blitz coming off the edge, tells his pass protection to pick it up. Seahawks don't bring it. Pass protection picks it up anyway. Winston going over the top, and he's just going to loop this ball to nowhere land. Nehemiah Pritchett in coverage. And that will be that on 4th down. Nice defensive stop by the Seattle Seahawks. Playing some games. Winston thinks he's seeing a blitz. How does stack boxes impact a quarterback? Well, it's that you can, and this is the beauty of Macdonald's scheme a little bit, is that you bring the guys all down, you make the quarterback feel like they're coming, and then you end up dropping really everybody back. You end up with the 4-man front when it's all said and done. It all is still that same thing that you would typically see on a defensive line when it's all said and done. It's 4 guys coming. You don't know what 4 guys are always coming, but it's 4 guys only merely coming. And then as Winston did there, what I would aim to bet what he had done is he goes, max protect check here. Everybody along that line drops back to max protect. You're only sending the 4. He's got less guys to run routes. He's got less options to throw to at that point. He just ends up probably throwing it away because he doesn't have the true separation he's looking for on the route that's being run there currently. And that's part of what this can help you with in these stack boxes, not just merely bringing the blitz off the stack boxes. It's showing and then pulling out of it and then confusing quarterbacks. And even a guy like Winston that's played a good number of years now. Nolan, thank you again for that 5. We're sorry a little late on some of these donos. Get caught up in the play-by-play. My bad. But thank you appreciate that. And Snail, sorry again, I blanked out on that Barrett. But I'll definitely be tracking and noting Michael Barrett once we get him in the game and see what he's doing. And he was playing pretty good for Carolina as well on that side of it. Brandon Cut, thank you for the $2 donation. DK Metcalf, touchdown! I've been telling you folks, I think DK and Kenneth Walker, somebody was asking me about it on a donation above, between who you'd pick in the fantasy. And I think both of these 2 guys are going to have that great year, that kind of explosion type season, both from a touchdown and yards perspective. And DK, you see it here, where if there's going to be those times now where he gets man on man, where Gino gets those moments where it gets pulled, and if the offensive coordinator can dictate it through the formations that he drives on the football field and dictate it as often as possible, DK is going to go hunt. I've told it to you guys here for years. You give him one-on-one coverage, ain't a corner in this game consistently over a course of a game who's going to be able to hold up there in that way against him, unless they're being allowed to Tre'Davious Ward, Hansy, Ramsey their way through the whole freaking game. Certainly if the officials are going to let him rip and tear and maul him, then that's okay. That's a whole another deal right there. But you got to play straight up. Put Emerson out on DK. Emerson's given up about 40 pounds on DK. And he could just run into DK and fall down, which is pretty much what he did there. Throw it up and let the big dog go up and hunt. Nolan, thank you for another $2 donation. Says, can you win a game in the first quarter? Yeah. Yeah. You just dust them up. You just take their will from them. All right, we got some Sam Howell action here. McIntosh in the backfield. Young, Bobo, Tariq Young, Laviska, your receiver. He's going to take it on a fly sweep here is Laviska, and he's going to get it for a nice, easy-peasy 7-8 yard gain. I always say it's candy from a baby. Free and easy 7-8 yards always on those fly sweeps if you can, especially if you have it as kind of an option play the quarterback can draw to if he sees the formation set up in a certain way. 3:33 to go here. Howell having a good preseason so far. 283 yards, 102 rating in 2 games. 65.9 completion percentage for him. All very good numbers. He's going to go under center here on 2nd and 4. Browns bringing a blitz. Pitch to the outside here, and McIntosh knocks down the first tackler, but he is able to bring him down. He gets about a gain of a yard here. We're going to get probably, it looks like a hold on the Seahawks, though. McClendon Curtis gets hit with a hold. They got McClendon playing left tackle in this game? Yeah, they got McClendon playing left tackle in this game. Wild. He is not a left tackle. 2nd and 14. Bobo goes in motion. Shotgun look here for Hal. Browns kind of dialing up some pressure here. Hal's going to use his legs. Just throw it away, kid. He ends up kind of running out of bounds and taking about a loss of 1 there. Little view of his improvisation there. Browns bringing some pressure. So you got Stone Forsythe on the right side. You've got McClendon Curtis as your left tackle. Oluwatimi your center, of course. And then Bradford right guard. Haynes left guard for your Seahawks right now. Young, Bobo, and Laviska your receivers. Shotgun for Sam Howell. Pressure look here for the Browns. They're dialing it up here early on. Yeah, they're bringing it. Howell, get the ball out. You got the... Tries to hit Laviska, but an errant throw there by Sam Howell. He went with the right place where he had it and looked like Laviska had maybe just a bit of some separation there, but very errant throw by Howell there. He's trying to throw with anticipation on that throw, so he's trying to throw that before Laviska can get out into his break, but just not quite on point with it. So 4th and 14, this will leave the Seahawks punting now. Dixon from his own end zone. Skies it high. Good depth there. A little bit of room to work with for the returner, but a nice job by the unit to get him down there. Looks like that was Kayvon Wallace in there, making the tackle. Nice job by Kayvon. Washington FishQuest has been celebrating 34 months as a Hawks Nest member. Almost 3 years. Thank you for that, Washington FishQuest. He says it's almost September. We're going to make it. We're almost there. 2 weeks, folks, and we are live. Robert, thank you for the $2 donation. He says DK, Tyler, and JSN will flourish in this offense. You got to see just one first basically formation you run, first series you run with really all of your starters out there, JSN and DK out in the field at the same time, and you got 2 different plays that are each going to show, and they're both kind of 9 routes. One's kind of a little sort of skinny-ish, post-ish thing. It's kind of like a little fade 9. But they're basically the same routes where, they're just getting over the top, but you're going to allow them to attack in that way. That's really the key point, and let that be a bit of the forefront at times in what you do when the defense leans away from that. If the defense leans towards depth and they want to take away that stuff, this offense will sit there and, just pop gun you all day with little short routes and short throws and getting the ball out of the quarterback's hands. But if you also start to now bring up and try to compress that stuff, if you're going to bring a blitz, then we've got our one-on-one on the outside. We're going to recognize it. We're going to hit it, and we're going to attack it. We're going to look to attack it and hit it. It's really not just something we do by happenstance, but we're sort of looking for it. And the second you show just us an inch of that daylight, we're running through that hole. But Tyler will do good as well. I think Tyler's really going to benefit from some of the option route stuff, Robert, that's injected into this offense, where you're reading off leverage, working off leverage. Quarterback and receiver are working off of their sort of telekinesis of understanding of the leverage, and then both coming to the same conclusion. There's some of those routes built in. A guy like Tyler and all of his time in this league is well adept at being able to run those kind of routes. So I think all of these guys are going to work really well within the system. You got a nice mix of talent in there between these guys. And I'm really, really excited. Really excited. Definitely a big gap between Sam and Gino at the moment. That's for sure. Sam's improved throughout training camp, and we're looking for him to continue to just keep getting better bit by bit. But that is currently where, we are in the state of things. And AC Journey, you're right. The philosophy on defense is awesome too. And we're still just seeing just such a small view of it so far. We're still not running, and we almost all 3 of these defenses we face throughout this preseason have run more games up front and more blitz action than we have. I think even this game, maybe through a lot of this first quarter. Maybe one front we've run, two fronts, anything like that this quarter so far with 2 minutes to go. We've got, looks like Dorian Thompson is going to take over here. Robinson, DTR, is going to take over here for the Browns, and he quickly will throw a little out route for a 5-yard completion. DTR, the UCLA kid who had some pretty good little talent coming out. Kind of a middle round guy with some good talent coming out a couple of years ago from UCLA. Really productive for them under Chip Kelly's offense with Jake Bobo there. Got thrust into playing probably a little bit too early last season. Wasn't ready for it when one Watson went down. 2nd down and 6. Shotgun look here for the Browns. They're just kind of living in shotgun. Quickly trying to hit the screen game. Tyrese Knight's eating it up. The new screen whisperer is in the house, and he's called Tyrese Knight. He's got 48 ways to sniff out that screenplay. Gets off the block, slides right around it, and then finds the ball carrier in just a traditional screenplay run to the back. And Tyrese snuffed it out, got around the block, made the tackle, just like you tell the linebackers to do. Get off that damn block. Make that tackle. Browns 1 of 3 so far on 3rd down. 3rd and 6 here. DTR making some adjustments here. Seahawks showing a 5-man line, so running a little bit of games here on 3rd down now against them. Gets DTR to check, fall out of it. Tyrese Knight drops back into coverage. DTR lets it rip. He's got a huge, wide open man there. Just nobody home out there in coverage there for the Seahawks. Definitely a blown coverage there. Looks like a little rub route. And how about Kobe Bryant already bringing the Peanut Tillman punch into play? Causes a fumble there on the Peanut Tillman punch, but he got caught up on the rub route there, trying to cut back to the outside, and he just got caught in the wash there as the players were running through. That'll be the final play here of the first quarter for the Seahawks. They will, on the back of a great drive by the starters there, come away with a 7-0 opening lead here on the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, Kobe just had his eyes on the player that he had to go pick up in coverage and kind of lost sight then of the receiver and corner running through his through his kind of area first. And he didn't think about the proper way getting around them to get over the player. And some of that's the route concept that they're running from the Browns, smart route concept design and what they're doing there. But it's also players got to be aware of those guys running through that spot. Youngling, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Youngling, I really appreciate you doing that. Please do, if you guys could, hit that like button for me. It's a big thing, a little small thing, but it's a big thing for me. Helps out this channel tremendously if you could for me. And we're trying to get up over 20,000 this year if we can, subscriber-wise. We're running well on that road. We should be able to get there, but you can help us, as Youngling is right now. Get us just a little bit closer to that spot with a sub and up today. I would really appreciate it. Beyond Balance, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, yo, just joined, but in watching the game, Geno looks legit. That play where he dodged and got rid of it reminded me of Mahomes. It's a place where people will sometimes often say about Geno, where they say where he's not mobile. You know, he doesn't have a lot of luxury. Well, he can be fast in the open field. He's not an improviser. He's not going to be back there doing pirouettes and spinning all out of things, but he can climb the ladder in the pocket. He can have some of those subtle moves that, you know, are kind of underrated, but are so important for quarterbacks to have in the pocket to get around pressure. You know, it's a subtle stepping to the right, stepping to the left, you know, dipping your shoulder underneath to not allow that hand of that edge player who's flying around the pocket to get you as he's going past. Geno's got an innate sense of understanding of how to do that. And he showed you on that play where he did get away from that pressure. Like you said, he had a few games last year where this really stood out. The Cowboys game, the Steelers game, these games where he was really under a lot of pressure throughout the game and yet was able to find his sort of way around troubled territory to find an open player, find him and get a good result. Not only avoid the sack, but get you to a completion, get you to a big play down the field even at times. And part of what makes him impressive as a quarterback, part of why I think that he is going to have such a good year this year. But yeah, a little Mahomes-like on that play. I like that Beyond Balance. And he looks legit. He looks ready to go. And I'm predicting he's in the best year of his career. We got a read option inside here. Seahawks on it, but the back running strong inside. He's able to pull a big defensive tackle on his back for about 3 or 4 yards. Looks like he pays the price because he's going to remain on the ground holding his stomach afterwards. Defensive back got up on his back for a piggy ride, and the running back took him for that ride for about 2 or 3 yards, and then he said, I think I just had all of my hernias snap. Like, the doctor's out there right now, and he's like, what hurts? And he says, all of my hernias. All of them. The doctor's like, what do you mean? He's like, Doc, have you ever seen a bed and all of the springs blow out? That's me, my abdomen right now. Same thing. Max, let's pray for Uchenna is right. Hopefully he's okay. Brutal moment to watch. Brutal moment to watch there, especially as you got to spend the whole game now not knowing the answer, and you're going to get that answer from Mike at the end of the day of, we don't know yet. We're just going to have to look. We're just going to, he'll get an MRI tomorrow. We'll take a look at what that says, and then we'll know more then. Yeah. So hopefully it's okay. If teams got to make a move, they can make a move. But you're really getting excited about Uchenna coming back this year, and God, he goes down in a play where he's just giving out a ton of effort on a play, trying to set that standard here for this team, and in a preseason game like that, but just gets double blocked down. Guy goes low on him, and defenders hate it when those guys go low because that's what happens. Our offensive players go low like that on those blocks. David Pugh, thank you for the $10 donation, David. I really do appreciate you for that. This preseason ain't over yet, but my personal pleasant surprise of our Seahawks game so far is Tyrese Knight. Great at reading the block, shedding, and wrapping up. Great depth player and pick so far. You could, I think, make a very strong argument to your point on this, David, right now, that if you're making a pecking order of the most impressive rookies of this last draft class so far here in Seattle, that maybe Tyrese Knight is the number 2 guy behind Byron Murphy. In that, Haynes has been fine. He's been all right. But the Tyrese Knight's looked really good. And he's done a variety of things really well. He's covered well. He's tackled well. He's been instinctive and snuffed out run plays really well. Getting off that block, that was one of my real concerns with him coming out of UTEP. And he's done that well a couple of other times too, David. And you're right. He's looking like a really good player, like a guy that we really truly can look at as a long-term answer for us at the starter position there at the inside linebacker, and probably in the immediate future with the way he's playing. Maybe not this year, but by next year, I don't know how we don't turn the corner on that, saying he's penciled in as your starting Mike or your starting Will. Probably Will, I would say. I guess maybe my pick on it, but fantastic pick, great value selection, and wonderful also, David, that it seemed to be kind of a Mike Macdonald special. That this was the guy that he kind of wanted in addition to all that. Makes you feel a lot more confident about him in the future in regards to looking at those guys. Empty look here for DTR. Seahawks bring a blitz post-snap. DTR tries to pick it up and get the ball out of his hands. He's flushed a little bit fast on the throw, throws it all a little bit wide of the wide receiver there. Just nice job of timing up the blitz there. Looked like Kayvon Wallace came late and never really showed his hand on that blitz until it was post-snap. 3rd down and 7 here for the Browns. They are pretty deep into Seahawks territory here. 14:32 to go in the second quarter. Seahawks showing a stack front. They got 4 linemen, 2 stand-up blitzers sitting in the A-gap. Looks like we've got a false start here. They're going to let it play, so it looks like they're calling it on Seattle here. Mike Morris was pointing at the offensive lineman of having jumped, but Morris may have been the guy that was going to be made the culprit here. We shall see on this play. It's one of those plays where in regular season, no quarterback's going to be able to run the hard count like that on your defensive line in those moments. No way they could do that live, but probably not as loud there in the stadium right now during a preseason game. 1st down and 10, though. They'll decline the penalty and take the play, will the Browns. So completion, catch, up the field first. $14-10 to go in the second quarter. Browns have been maybe under center one time this game. Shotgun again, 3 wide. Quick throw. Ball's knocked down at the line of scrimmage there. I can't tell if it was Nelson Cesar that knocked it down. Somebody got a big paw up, and Mike Morris. Morris coming back after the penalty. 6'7", 6'6", really long inside. That's what he gives you. You try to do those timing throw routes, and Morris started to kind of sense it a little bit and knocked it down. Good job there by Mike. Second down, 10 to go. Another quick throw. Seahawks almost knock it down. Boy, Hawks all over that play. Nice tackle there by Nehemiah Pritchett. Seahawks just felt like they had that whole play kind of felt out. Safety was blitzing off the edge and almost knocked the ball down. But then they had all three extra defenders there over for the bubble screen play. Well played by the defense there. Impressive. Third down and 10. Seahawks looking like they're showing a blitz. They drop out of it, fake them out a little bit. Quick throw, ball tipped in the air. Kobe Bryant, if there's ever a ball tipped in the air, you know wherever it's landing, Kobe Bryant's going to be nearby. And there he was again, nearby, another tipped ball. But that will bring up 4th and 10 here for the Browns. Who got their hand on this one? Oh, he just should have caught the ball. The Browns player just completely dropped it. Quarterback hit him in the hands, hit you in both your hands. You got to make that catch. The Browns will come out now for a 37-yard field goal attempt here. Kick will be up and right down the middle of the uprights. So the Browns get on the scoreboard 7-3, 13-12 to go here in the second quarter. Form Tube 1, thank you for answering my call as you did and subbing on up to the channel. I really, really do appreciate it, folks. It's free to do so, of course, and it does help these kind of channels out like myself in a big-time way when you do so. Thank you, man. Really appreciate that. AC Journey with a $2 donation. Thank you, AC, for your double donation today. Says, so do we extend Geno then? I don't think that we do, AC. It is a complicated discussion because there's so many things with the Geno extension thing that isn't as simple as just give him an extension. What's the cost? How are you going to structure the money if you did so? It really ends up coming around to where you ask all of these questions in the scenario of Geno when you're trying to decide if it's the right choice or not. And you do come down to a little bit of a bottom line of saying, from the team standpoint, it really doesn't make sense right now. From Geno's standpoint, it makes a lot of sense to want to have that extension right now. And with Seattle, they're the ones who have the leverage. And when it comes to negotiations, I always say leverage is what's going to dictate a situation one way or the other. And because they have the leverage in this situation and it's in their best interest to wait, the bottom line is on it then from that, I think, AC, is that you end up waiting and that he has to end up waiting a year. He has to end up going out and having that great year. Now, the good side is on this is that I think he's going to have that great year. And the money's still going to be there a year from now for him, as we've seen with innumerable quarterbacks getting big-time contracts in their mid-30s. That's not a problem. If you can still play, if you're still a really good player, you'll be rewarded for doing so if you can put that kind of season together. So that's maybe the silver lining for Geno on this scenario of not getting the paid right now, but there's not enough reasons for it making sense to the team. They have 2 years left on the deal remaining right now, and that means 2 years of bonus money. And that just doesn't mean that it makes sense for the team to do so. Just another reason there where it's just the cost. You're not saving any money by doing so. You have to kind of come down to the reason of it where you go, well, what's our reason for doing this? Well, Geno's a free agent after next year. No, he's not. He's got 2 years left on his deal. Yeah. Well, we could save money. No, we couldn't. It's going to actually end up costing us more up off the cap to try to do a new deal for him right now. Can't pull it off, unfortunately. I understand why he's asking for it, though. All right, we're going to get the new kickoff here. Long live the king. Thank you for the $5 donation. He says, looking forward to getting teams in third down on defense this season. I swear last season, every 3rd and 9 felt like 3rd and inches. Very true. Very true. And that's because I think the things that we do defensively on those especially those third and longs, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11. And I'll touch on this in a sec here. We got the return coming back now. He is going to be wheeled down as Williams there at the 25-yard line, where Sam Howell and company will take back over. But I think what you would do oftentimes is you would trust your front four and then you drop all those guys into coverage. Front four couldn't always consistently get home, and then you're going to have somebody break open eventually. And those longer developing routes that need to happen on those 3rd and longs would then open up. I think what you're going to do this year is you're going to do a lot more of blitzing on 3rd and 9, not allowing them to have the time for those routes to open up. Pistol look here for Sam. McIntosh to his side in the backfield. Sam, quick throw out to Bobo, who will make the grab for about a 4-yard gain, 5-yard gain. Quick, easy throw there for Sam. Love that kind of route there from Grubb. Just get that quarterback in a little bit more of that rhythm. You saw a little bit of lack of rhythm there on Sam on that first drive there. Now get him back out. Let him give him a nice quick couple easy throws here. Maybe let him move in space a bit. 2nd down and 5. McIntosh to the right of Sam. Bubble screen out to Laviska Shenault. Laviska getting right up the field. Ooh, Laviska finishing the runoff. Nice. Hits the safety and sends him flying backwards a little bit. Laviska on a fly sweep here now in a bubble screen, showing you what he brings to the table, which is some physicality from the wide receiver position after the catch. Lowered his pads and laid a little boom there. Nicely done. That might be my hit of the week here. I like that. First down for the Seahawks. 11:55 to go from the 44-yard line in their own territory. Tariq Young goes in motion. Inside handoff to McIntosh, is loose in the open field, and McIntosh is still on his feet. He baby stiff arms the defensive back to the ground. Touchdown, Seahawks. Ooh, McIntosh. Oh, my goodness. He got loose with a nice grandiose hole there, and it was going to be one-on-one down the football field between him and the defender. Who wants it more? McIntosh put that stiff arm to his head, to his dome, and put that sucker on the turf. Marvelous run by McIntosh. Let's see, what would Marshawn Lynch think about that stiff arm?
What would Marshawn Lynch?
It's just a little baby stiff arm.
Let's go. Let's go. Little baby stiff arm. Look at a little baby stiff arm. Clears right through the hole. Able to first as McIntosh through the hole, just clear right past the first defender who just kind of gets a hand and can't quite get a good grip on him. Slides right out of that. Out loose in the open field. And then lays that baby stiff arm down. And there is your running back 3 right there. Let's go. What was it, Marshawn? What was that? What was that, Marshawn? What was that?
It's just a little baby stiff arm.
Baby stiff arm. Just a baby stiff arm. Kenny McIntosh, 1 carry, 56 yards. One catch, 9 yards, 1 carry, 56 yards. He good. He's real good. They went right over the left side there, by the way. If I'm not mistaken, that would have been right over Haynes' side of things there on that line at that point. Peter says that second camera angle on the stiff arm was... Ooh, I love the Charlie Garner reference, AI. Definitely's got some Charlie Garner vibes coming off this guy. That's for sure. That is for sure. Let's go. Beautiful run. You look at him at first blush and you go, oh, he's a third down slider light back. You almost want the word almost kind of like he's got kind of almost a thin feeling build to him a little bit for the running back position. But he runs bigger than his size. And he has since his days at Georgia. He's built that way he's got a lot of heart in how he runs and a lot of just strong for his size. And he can power through. He can run with some physicality, even though it's more at times about that suddenness, that the juke, the ability to get laterally from left to right quickly. So a 3-play, 73-yard drive for your Seahawks, consuming all of 1 minute and 30 seconds on the play clock. And not a bad start in this first half for your Hawks in this semi-home opener here in the preseason. Let's go. And proud DJ, I think Eskridge's days probably are going to be pretty numbered here, as he had another injury, I think, prop up here in training camp, and he was already on the bubble there. I think those other two guys you mentioned being Laviska, Kenny, not that he was in competition for Kenny, but certainly with Laviska, it's been pretty clear there with that one. So all right, Browns come back out now here in shotgun. Kind of a 2 tight end look, though, out of shotgun here. Fake throw to the flat. And oof. Nice little hit out there. 2 defenders. Boy, Hawks have had at times this is that thing at times where you just feel like you have multiple defenders with his defense on the field, where there's just guys closing in space at times, and you'd expect there to typically be by the prior defense we'd sometimes see, like one defender rallying up in space. But there's oftentimes, even in this game, it stood out where it just felt like there's multiple defenders rallying up in space there. They're faking this way. You think you get some of the defense flowing that way, and then they come back this other way. Yet you have 2 guys closing up there on the throw to the flat. Kind of interesting to see how they're able to pull that off. 2nd down and 10. Back actually now under center again for the first time in a million years as DT. He's going to go with a run play here and drug down to the ground by Tyrese Knight again. Tyrese. He's a dog. Tyrese getting it done down there. Very short gain. A little interesting. Browns have gotten a little bit caught up in trying to pass a bit today. They had some success there a little bit earlier, running the ball right down the middle on us, and they kind of went away from it a bit. 3rd down and 7. Browns on the 32-yard line, their own territory, 11:06 to go in the second quarter. Seahawks showing a stacked box. They've got a lot of guys around the line of scrimmage, and they freak Dorian out. He's like, hey, change the protections. Change the protections. Seahawks adjust off of those changed protections. They bring the blitz from a different side now. Dorian getting the ball off. Woo! That ball will be stopped, and what a beautiful play call by Mike Macdonald. He's giving you a special one on that. You have not gotten a lot of an insider view look. Oh, we got an effing flag. Damn it. You haven't gotten a lot of view so far, though, in this preseason period of what he can do in some of the games he can run, and they ran it there just to perfection. They showed blitz coming all off one side here. Dorian checked to that blitz to the other side, checked the protections over to that side of the blitz, but then you had the quarterback thinking, okay, blitz coming over there. Then you brought the blitz from the other side. You dropped these guys out. What are they calling us for on this? Oh, they're calling taunting. Ah. What did he do? Yeah, that's kind of taunting. You can't do that. I mean, he's like right up, and I don't like that it's this way. I didn't mind the old days when you could kind of do that, but this is the rules. You can't do that stuff no more. Dorian's going deep here, and that's going to be a touchdown catch off of the penalty. Wow. Jamari Thrash with the catch deep down the field from Dorian. And that That'll be a touchdown for the Browns. So I know it's going to drive a lot of people crazy about the prior penalty on Boykins there, who made a really nice play, and then he gets up and he's very fired up, and the first thing he's doing is getting right in the face of the wide receiver that, he just knocked the ball away from. And he's exuberant about it, and he's over the top about it, and you just can't do that stuff. You got to go be exuberant. You got to be exuberant away from the guy. Like, he can do all of that stuff. He can do all those gestures. He can do all that gyrating. He can do all of that screaming, but you have to do it away from the offensive player. You can't turn back around to the offensive player and just sit there and like, okay, you're just begging for the officials to call the flag at that point. And we're too deep into this as far as how they call that kind of stuff for Boykins to be doing that. I don't like it as an official. Look, I don't like it as a flag in the sport. If you have me voting on it, I'd say the taunting thing's stupid and like it shouldn't be a part of it. But at the same time, like if the speed limit's 55 and you're flying through at 90, you can't be shocked that you got the speeding ticket, can you? Kind of the way that one goes. And Sharif had a nice hit on DTR there at the end, which was good. For sure, at least made him pay the price. King, thank you again for that $5 on the note with the third downs. I do think they will be improved. You saw another indicator over there with that third down. Your guy just kind of screwed up that whole great stop you just had because he had to show everybody out of how proud he was of himself. But that showed you right there on that defensive play what this team can do when Mike Macdonald dials something up and how he can confuse a quarterback. And that's going to confuse a lot of quarterbacks when you do that type of thing. And yeah, it's going to be exciting to watch this team get off the field at times this year, a lot more than they have in the past, a lot more consistently than they have in the past. All right, the up back here, we'll take this up to the 26, 27 yard line. Thank you for that donation. I know I'm a little behind the donos. I'm trying to catch up, but the action's coming through pretty fast and furious here in this first half as we actually had some scoring. Chase, thank you for the $5 donation. How do you feel about a Dodson-Knight pairing for the future? I'm open to it, Chase. I would suspect that you're probably going to end up signing one of these inside linebackers to a long-term contract this season, and I'm not sure which one. Dodson's probably the leader in the clubhouse, considering how he's been more healthy to start things out and might have a little bit more of that upside, little younger guy that he provides. All right, Hal under center here. Play action pass, dropping back to throw. He's going up over the top. And he's got a man. That ball's caught. Still on his feet. He's down the sideline. Touchdown, White. Woo! Oh, we got a flag. Oh, Lordy, with the flags. With the effing flags. Officials just let him play. All right, well, I guess is it good or not? They're celebrating. Okay. NFL, always wait 5 minutes before you can celebrate. Nope, it's on us. Wow. All right. Well, it's on Christian Haynes, the rookie, is who they're going to flag on that play there. Goodness. Refs on their game today, I guess, for our... Okay. What's the penalty count out here? Where are we at? 4 for 49 here for your Seahawks through a quarter. Okay. Okay. 1st and 20. Hal back in shotgun here. Play action option. He's going to keep it here and try to get the field. Oh. Slid there. Still got hit. No flag on the slide. I thought he gave himself up pretty early there. I don't know. It seemed like he gave himself up, and whatever. All right, Holani in the backfield. We got 3 wide. Seahawks, 2nd and 17. 9:38 to go here in the second quarter. Quick throw, quick catch. Nice job by Aesop Winston. Ooh, looks like he might have bobbled it there. kind of undetermined here. Officials are talking and trying to figure this out. We got another flag on the play. Officials are having a little bit of a conference here. Did you bring the croissants? No, he had the donuts. Bill had the croissants. What were you responsible for? I bring the energy. I'm the charisma guy. All right. So we've got another penalty. This one's actually going to be on the Browns. So we'll get an automatic first down. Not sure what the 15-yard infraction is here, but unnecessary roughness is what they're going to call here. Defender's tapping his chest, so I guess he is owning up to it. I know I'm behind on a few donations. Bear with me here, folks. They're not doing a lot of commercials here. Oh, so he went high. Yeah, that wasn't a catch. Yep. Can't do that. Yeah, that's a LOB kind of hit. That's the old school hit you could do. You can't, that's not even on the line, kind of like, well, he was close. He just got the bridge of his helmet into the play. No, he went full on. He went full on at it on that one. Yeah, even the LOB probably didn't go that. That was pretty high. I agree, Kelly. Haley, that was a little extra high. That's why I was wondering. It's like he's tapping his chest. Usually those guys are over there bitching and moaning and going, oh, what? What'd I do? You know, and he's over there like, yeah. I know. Yeah. How do you argue that one? Oh, are they challenging? Maybe they're trying to challenge the play, is what they're maybe doing, is challenging the catch. I don't know what's... Probably no catch. Oh, I see. Does he get ejected from the game for targeting? Yeah. Well, like I said, it's the new rules. It's the way it goes. That one was pretty clear on that one. 1st and 10. 3 wide look. Hal and shotgun. Browns getting a little jumpy there prior to the snap. And I don't know how they call us for this. Browns look like they're doing a lot of this to our offensive linemen on the play. You're not supposed to induce. They were inducing. They induced them all along the line. They were inducing. Induce here, induce there. Your little games, Cleveland, I see you. 1st and 15. Flags are flying. Them flags are flying. Brown showing a stack front here. A lot of guys up around the line of scrimmage threatening a blitz. Brady Russell goes in motion to give Hal a little bit more protection there. Browns fall out of the blitz. Drop back into coverage now. Hal's got some time. He's going to step up into the pocket and he's going to run with it. And Hal's going to run this ball up to the 39-yard line for a nice little gain there on 1st down. Good decision making by Hal. He checked to what he thought was going to be the blitz, and when they check back, then he's like, okay, they're fall back into coverage. Let me go take what I can. 2nd down and 8. Hololani in the backfield with Hal right now. McIntosh's day is probably done. Browns threatening a blitz. They're bringing the blitz. Hal picks it up, gets it out to Hololani in the flat. Hololani takes it up the field for a nice 1st down catch. 8:39 to go in the 2nd quarter. Hal, good job of recognizing the blitz. See the blitz, throw into the blitz. You'll find an open defender over there, but recognizing it. So part that's been a bit of the hit and miss with him over the course of the preseason so far is take that time to recognize when it's coming, and he has on back-to-back plays here nicely. We're going to get him in a pistol look here now with another 3 wide, 1 tight end kind of setup. Chenault goes in motion. Fly sweep to Chenault. Hololani blocking out in front. Nice for Chenault there. 9-yard gain. Free and easy. Candy from a baby, baby. Those fly sweeps to Laviska. Give me a receiver with some speed. Give me a little receiver with some little parts of his game that can be like a running back. There's going to usually be some free open space on the play, and you see why here. The unblocked edge is completely neutralized on the play. You don't even have to block him because he's just going to get upfield and run himself out of the play completely. And then you got your running back getting out ahead and blockers getting out ahead, and it becomes a bit of a numbers game at that point. 2nd down and 1, 7:36 to go here in the second quarter. Howell and shotgun. Kind of a broken play. Howell getting up the football field still on his feet. Nice job of scrambling around back there. And Howell, I think he was expecting his receiver to run the 9, and the receiver just sat down. Howell, rather than panic, went and got what he could getting forward and ended up picking a good up, nice little gain of about 5 or 6 yards there. $7:05 to go here in the second quarter. Howell under center, 2 tight ends. Pitch play to Holani. Lots of penetration here. Holani keeping his feet. Holani did an amazing job to get a half-yard gain there. He basically did miracle work in the backfield, getting around all of the penetration in the backfield just to find himself falling forward for that half-yard gain. Broke 2 tackles there in the backfield. I mean, one of them ended up getting him, but nice job, kid. Trips to the far side of the field. Shotgun Sam Howell. Brown showing a 4-man front against him here this time. Play action. A lot of early pressure there. You throw out into the flat to Barner, and Barner can't make the catch there. Howell made a nice throw over to him. Barner started to run before he'd caught the football. And yeah, Haley, it's right tackle. You got Forsyth out there. I don't know why they're flipping Forsyth right and McClendon to left, but maybe they just want to get a look at both of them in this game. Seahawks on the Brown side of the field, 3rd and 10. Browns bringing a blitz. Hal dropping back to throw, looking. He's under a ton of pressure, and he's going to be brought down eventually here. Diabate got back there on the blitz. And Howell will come off the field. Seahawks will try to pin them deep, I would guess here. A little bit outside of, I would think. A little bit outside of, they're going to try. They got Jason Myers set up from the logo. This is going to be a hell of a kick. It is up. Oh, just gets over it. Let's go, Jason Myers. You believe in Jason Myers. You question him. Don't question Jason. He's going to hit them all. He does show you he's got that deep leg there. He can hit him from the back of the stadium. Just can't hit extra points. But nice job by Jason Myers there, giving the Seahawks the lead here, 17-10. 5:22 to go. That's a hell of a kick. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Nicely done. Mike Macdonald's got a big smile on his face. My kicker's got that kind of leg. He's got a 58-yard leg in the Marine layer. In the Marine layer? He's like that. Let me get to a couple of these donos again. Sorry, guys, we had some stuff going on. Chase, again, thank you for that $5 donation. Says, the Dodson night pairing, I feel okay about it, Chase, long term. Both those guys, I think, can give you a little bit of fluidity between playing the Mike and the Will, and you could still get that with them. I think that one of these inside linebackers is going to get paid at some point on this team. I don't know when it's going to happen, but one of these, Jerome Baker and Dodson, I think ends up probably getting an extension. So who's the guy that rises to the top? Who can show out? We'll see on that part of it, but yeah, I think Tyrese is definitely the guy you're looking at long term now, and you're not thinking next year we got to take an inside linebacker in the second round. You're thinking that's our guy there long term. All right, so this kickoff sends the Browns returner deep. He's going to try to cut this out wide and run out of bounds about the 25-yard line, where the Browns will take over there with the full allotment of their timeouts and 5:18 to go in the second quarter. Thank you, Chase, for that donation. Sorry, a little late on the acknowledgement, but it's fast and furious here today on this first half. Real Cheese, thank you for the $10 donation. I appreciate you for that. Real Cheese, Very kind of you, man. Very, very kind of you. He says, I just had an idea for a nickname. The Seattle Swarm. Don't know if it's good, but hey, meh. I like it. Seattle Swarm's nice. I like it's not a offset of LOB. You know, a lot of people, when they want to get the defensive nicknames. And 1st and 10 under center here. Play action pass by DTR. Boy, you could see that opening up down the field. Finds a nice open space in the zone here. DTR showing you Dorian Thompson-Robinson, a little bit of what he can bring to the table here in this first half throwing the football. He's been very good for the Browns. Very, very good for the Browns. But I like the nickname, Seattle Swarm. You also got that kind of tandem that goes with it, real cheese. So I think we're on the kind of the right pathway for it. 1st and 10. Dorian's got an empty look here now. Single high safety from the Seahawks on their side. 4-man front. Quick throw. Receiver wasn't really looking for the ball. Ends up throwing it kind of behind him there. Seattle Swarm. Coming this fall, 2024. Mike Macdonald's defense. The Swarm is overtaking the NFL. Are you ready? I love it, Cheese. Let's go, man. The Swarm. Ran the cut. Thank you for the $2 donation. Says Kenny McIntosh. Huge touchdown. There's your third down back. There's your third back. Not your third down back. 2nd down and 10. Another empty look here from the Browns. Dorian checking into something. Feeling a little bit of a blitz from the Seahawks. They're bringing it. Might have showed it a little bit early there to Dorian, and he picked it up. But the ball is caroms off the hands of the receiver. Incomplete. Dorian read it right. Threw a nice ball there. The receiver just had the ball bounce out of his hands. A little bit of you feel it, things get sped up on that blitz. Everything gets sped up. Everybody gets having to get to a spot a little bit quicker. Be a little bit more ready for the catch a little bit faster. And you felt like that from the receiver there in that moment where it can kind of just jumble up the timing of things. And football offensively so often is so much a timing in the basis of how these offenses run. 3rd down and 10. Press look on the outside. Blitz look around the line of scrimmage from the Seahawks. They drop out of it post-snap. Pressure bearing down on Dorian. He's got a man. That ball will be an errant throw over the top. Nice coverage out there. I think that's Carlton Johnson out there in coverage, the Fresno State kid, doing a good job. Really pinned that receiver to the sideline there, running step for step. Dorian does get this ball out a little late. And good pressure on the play by Mike Morris, supplying a quarterback hit there. So 4th down and 10 for the Browns. They will punt it away. Seahawks defense with an overall well-played first half here. D. Eskridge with the return. D. Eskridge is going to reverse field. D. Eskridge is still on his feet. We got flags, but D's going to let us have some fun. D's down the sideline, and he will score with this ball as D. Eskridge. Though I think we are going to get a holding penalty here. What a return by D. Eskridge. Somebody asking, why is this guy on the roster? Well, you see why right there, what that kid can do. He has electrifying talent. It's just been so hard to get him to be able to be put in a position to display it. Hell of a return there by Eskridge, though. How about D? Woo! Ineligible man downfield for the Browns. Touchdown, Seahawks! Let's go! D. Eskridge gets the punt from the far left side, way past the left hash. He's literally got his toe almost on the out-of-bounds line marker on the far left side of the field, reverses his field all the way coming across the other side of it, and then shows you that next-level speed he has. Just able to turn on the jets and the afterburners and get up to Mach 3, and nobody laid a finger on him after that. Touchdown, D. Eskridge. Nice return by D, and you feel good for the kid who's had so many injuries pile up and so many issues. Bro might have just made the roster. You never know on that. You know, and it's going to be, he was on the outside looking in, but he needed to make this kind of play in this kind of game to get that. We've been needing that for 3 years. Yeah, we've been waiting a bit. And Woolen over there pumping him up. Great job, kid. Nice return there. So a fun first half for your Seahawks, up 24-10. Handling business. Standing on business. Nancy, thank you for subscribing to the channel, Nancy. I appreciate you for that. Richie V333, thank you as well for subscribing on up. Tron Tube and Amari Kendrick, you guys have also subbed up. I really thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing that. I know it's a small thing, but it's a huge thing for me when you guys do that. So thank you so much. We're trying to get up over that 20,000 mark this year. You're helping us get there. You guys are awesome for doing so, and I really, 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 really do appreciate it. Please do hit that like button, folks. If you haven't already, do get subbed up. Join Amari, join TronTube, join Richie, join Nancy. Everybody's joining up. Here's a return now back. Seattle defends it well up to about the 30-yard line there. Again, the Browns returner tries to reverse his field a little bit. Doesn't quite work as well as it just worked for Eskridge. MJ Seahawk, thank you for the $10 dono. Appreciate you for that. It says a little feisty, a little fisty. Take second stringers out. No need for injuries. Let's go Hawks. Definitely don't need to see anything in the second half as far as any person of any value on the team at this point. Coming in that second, I'm good. Maybe Hal a little bit, just because I'd love to give him as much action as possible, but you feel pretty good about what you've seen throughout the first half overall. Dorian Thompson takes over here with a little give inside off of read option, and that will be a gain of about 5 or 6 for the back. Robbins in the game here for the Browns now at the running back position. 3:46 to go in the second quarter. The Browns do have all 3 of their timeouts. Let's go Hawks, MJ. Thank you for the $10 donation. Definitely don't think you're going to see very many starters now as we move forward into this after this point here. So probably everyone's off. We're going to be to the third and the fourth stringers probably pretty quick after this really nice first half performance. Second down and 4. Dorian again in shotgun. Inside handoff again here. Seahawks are a little bit better on it this time, but Robbins able to fall his way forward. He's a bigger back. Get himself a first down run here. Jonathan, thank you for the $2 donation. The swarm sounds like bugs. They are the hawk flock. I like the hawk flock too. That's got a ring to it. The hawk flock. Fuck off. But yeah, swarm is kind of bugs, isn't it? It's a little more lotus-y swarm kind of thing. Yeah, I guess there is that to it. We're workshopping this. Another give up inside, the third in a row here for the Browns out of shotgun. Seahawks kind of finally fully sniffed that one out and hold this down to only about a gain of 2. Nice job by Thomas. Safety coming up and making a play. Yeah, they brought up the save down length. They bring the numbers game up a little bit there, anticipating a little bit more of a run there. Browns might let this clock roll down to the 2-minute warning here because they don't look like they're in any hurry to get out of the huddle. Thank you, though, Jonathan. I like Hawk Flock. Leezy and RQ, thank you for answering that call as well and subbing on up. I really appreciate you guys joining the board. It's great to see you here. Hopping aboard the Hawks Nest, and I really thank you. Helps this channel out so much in you doing so. Ran in the cut. Thank you for the $2 donation. 79-yard punt return for a tutty from Eskridge. The talent's there. The talent's true. The kid is fast, and he can be a little bit like what you get with Laviska to a degree with that. I can give you some almost of running back vibes in this receiver form. I can run like that with the ball in my hands, and that's as much as anything, what teams are starting to look for in these wide receivers. That ability to be that guy who can just take a short pass and house it. Have just a little bit of space, and you go get the work done from there. And he's got that ability to do it. Just it is the health thing with him. And he just cannot keep himself up on that football field. But the talent is true with him. And he has been, according to all reports this offseason, been working very hard to prepare for this very opportunity that he has facing him right now. Megan, thank you for the $5 donation. I appreciate you for that, Megan. To quote my favorite Cajun, X-Men Gambit, D about to make a name for himself up in here. I've been waiting for this. D about to be making a name for himself up here. And that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. I can't do a Cajun accent, but that wasn't, I must say that was actually pretty close. Let's go, Megan. Thank you for the donation. Nolan with another $5. Thank you as well, Nolan. Not his fault he gets injured. His teammates seem to love him. That helps D get picked up by someone else, I hope. Yeah, not his fault at all. I mean, it's, the kid doesn't look like he's, pudgy or fat or not working his butt off. It's just a matter of some guys, as we've seen on a couple of players who've come through here through recent years, guys like Jamal Adams, guys that just have been healthier in other spots and the body just starts breaking down, and it sucks to see, but it just sometimes the way it works, it's the kind of cold-bloodedness of the sport is they can go that way on you. And he's been fighting with that for a long time, even back to college as Eskridge. And if he could overcome it, he could be a good player in this league. He can find a home in this league. He can find production in this league. But it is that $1 million question of can you stay healthy? Can you maintain? Can you get past a couple of games, especially once you have a good amount of use? Because for him, it's a matter of he hasn't been able to stay healthy at times, and it's not even a matter of you go, well, he's have a heavy amount of use. 70 catches this past year. I mean, okay, he got dinged up at one point. Like you're seeing him have at times like it's happened last year where he gets injured in the first snap of the first preseason game. And you go, wow, really? But not his fault. I'm always hesitant to say it's some of these players' fault when it happens. They want to be out there. They want to be playing. Especially him at this point, is he'd love to go out there and not only make the roster now, but look to earn that next contract potentially. So it's going to be a tough decision with Schneider now with this receiver room. And it's not getting any easier as we get through this preseason period, Nolan. Eskridge says, I'm still here too. Thank you though, man. Appreciate all of your donations and support to the channel as a member as well. Shotgun here for DTR, 2nd and 7. It's going to throw this out to the flat. Quickly picked up, quickly tackled. Nice tackle at that. Pritchett has really shown out in this game with a couple of real nice tackles after the catch. You might get a little 3 or 4 yard pop pass route on him, but he's going to be all over it and he's going to snuff it out. Well played half here from Nehemiah Pritchett, the rookie out of Auburn. 3rd down and about 6.5, 7 yards. Seahawks showing a blitz here. DTR sees it. He's going to check out of it. Seahawks communicate something else on the back end to counter it. The blitz comes for the most part incomplete, and we're going to get a very late flag on this play. Tyrese Knight in coverage over the middle, and they're going to probably get him for his hand draping on the backside of the receiver. Very close there. Could make the argument a little ticky-tacky on this play. But the officials have been a little bit extra with the flags this half. I will say that, universally speaking, so. Officials discussing this right now. I don't. It always seems hit or miss or when they actually call that or not with the hand on the back. Oh, they got roughing the passer. Sorry. My bad. So a very nice play by Tyrese Knight there. Not called. That was actually the roughing the passer penalty there. Sharif trying to make this roster and going hard and just a little bit too hard. Couple stops here in this first half. The Seahawks defense have been upended by penalties. First and 10, the Browns are going to set up here from the 41-yard line. 1:20 to go in the first half. 3 timeouts in their reservoir. 3 timeouts in the Seahawks reservoir as well. Benson DeWalt with a $2 donation says, Dwayne Eskridge is the new CJ Prosise. He has been. Yeah, Benson. Both kind of drafted around the same area of the draft, both having the innumerable injuries. Yeah. Seahawks bringing a lot of guys up around the line of scrimmage here on DTR. Not really bringing a blitz, just a lot of guys floating up around the line of scrimmage. Dorian's going to roll left, roll back to the right. Now he's going to look to scramble. Seahawks all over it. Oh, he takes a hard hit there right down around the waist by DJ James, who chops him down. Good job in coverage here by the Seahawks. Dorian wanted to go to about 5 different places there, and none of them were open. Bars closed. Restaurants shut. We're not open on Saturdays. I'm just going to get tackled? Yes. All right. Nice tackle there by DJ James in space as well. Both him and Pritchett. Best game for so far for both those two guys. By far. The Browns did take a timeout there, so you have 1 minute and 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Clock's not a huge factor for them right now at the moment because they are on the Seahawks side of the field here at the 43-yard line. Seahawks showing a 5-man front here. Thompson doing a lot of guiding, a lot of traffic direction here. Boy, you just think about this. He's got all this communication he's doing prior to the snap, and you just think about this come regular season when the fans are being loud and how this will be possible for opposing offenses to pull these kind of changes off. Like, he's doing a lot of extra direction and guidance here. 1st and 10, completed ball there. Dorian dropping back quickly while the clock is still rolling. Feels like he's got a man down the field and just off the fingertips there of Darden, his receiver. Nice throw there by Dorian. He gave him a chance there. Nehemiah Pritchett down in coverage. Nehemiah comes up a little bit gimpy. Pritchett comes off the field there. Seahawks bring a blitz. 2nd and 10. Gets picked up. Dorian finds his receiver for a first down. Nice throw again by Dorian Thompson. Finding holes in the defense. We do have a flag on the play, though. Maybe that's why he had the time to throw. And we are going to get a hold against the Cleveland Browns. 33 seconds. Seahawks showing a 5-man pressure look here against Cleveland. Bring a blitz. Coming from a different angle, dropping the 5th man out. Dorian looks a little confused post-snap. He's going to throw this ball away. Very nice defensive job there by Seattle. And again, running some games here up front around that defensive line. We're showing you this. It becomes that. And Dorian's definitely having his share of problems here, kind of trying to read clearly what he's seeing up in front of him here in this game at times. Macdonald's definitely dialing up a lot more kind of sauciness up there around the defensive line with some of his packages and fronts that he's bringing up there here. .27 seconds to go. 3rd and 20. Seahawks up 24-10. Browns got 2 timeouts. From the 40-yard line, Dorian drops back to throw. Pump fake. Comes back underneath. Hits his man who's dropped down there. Nice job by Mike Morris coming from defensive tackle position up to rally and tackle the receiver. The Browns are going to let this clock, I think, run down and then maybe just try to take a field goal here to finish this off. And that's just what they're going to do. Timeout call with 3 seconds remaining, 4th and 11. And they'll bring their field goal kicker out here to try to get a couple extra points here up on the board. Mike Macdonald's getting saucy. He's getting saucy. I'm just saying. He's been very vanilla over these first couple of games. Very, very, very vanilla. But Get a little more crazy with it here. All right, the hold is down, the kick is up, and it will slide back through the uprights. Nice kick there. And the Browns come out of this half with 13 points. Seahawks with 24 on their side of it. And a lot to unpack in this first half. So a fun first half for your Hawks. Really well played all around. Could have had a little bit more things locked down. You have two moments that stand out here where you have the third down stop defensively, and you get the taunting penalty, which then leads directly to the deep throw down the field. And then you also have just right there where you have a third down stop. They're out of field goal range, and you have a roughing the passer penalty, which ends up elongating the drive. I think if there's anything in this first half, as far as really much you have to pick at from your Hawks, looking at their performance, offensive or defensively or special teams wise, I think the main thing that you would probably go to is penalties. They have 6 for 70. I will say the Browns have 4 for 45. So the officials are calling this a little bit tighter, I think, than you might typically think we would get in a regular season game. And that part does stand out with it. But you've beaten them on the special teams front of things. Offensively speaking, they've got more yardage technically than you. Some of that has to do with the fact that they started out with the ball, first things first, and then also the other corresponding part of that is you have a punt return. So they have a couple of extra possessions in that half to be only at the end of the day 25 yards over the top of where you are cumulatively wise. The Seahawks are averaging 9.1 yards per play, and the Browns are averaging 5.4 yards per play. So, good all the way around. Not a lot really to go at. There's no turnovers in that first half. Again, Browns are going to have the time of possession kind of dominated because of this as well, but that's not really Seattle doing anything bad. They were 0-2 of third downs. You just didn't have as many of those opportunities in there to do as much. Individually, Geno Smith was fantastic on that first drive. Only played one drive, 4 or 5, 62 yards, just showing you the arm strength, showing you the arm talent, showing you some of the evasiveness in the pocket. DK Metcalf getting open over the top for a 21-yard touchdown. You also had Jackson Smith and Jigba getting 2 catches on that opening drive there for 32 yards on his 2 targets. Both those guys in midseason form. Laviska Shenault's been really solid for you. 1 carry, 9 yards, and then 2 more bubble screens basically for 18 yards. So showing he can give you a little bit of that impact in that small little section of what he's going to provide for the team on that. Kenny McIntosh, 1 carry, 56 yards. That'll do. And he's been not a lot of running in that first half. Hawks just didn't have a lot of possessions in that first half. Only 11 passing attempts and only 6 rushing attempts in that whole half. So only 17 total offensive plays to the 39 offensive plays from the Cleveland Browns. Defensively speaking, the Browns were able to get a little bit done with the passing, I guess you could say. Cumulatively, 17 of 29, 167 yards. That is only an 88 rating and 1 touchdown. And a big part of it is that big deep shot that they got over the top. You held them in check for the most part, I think, in that first half. And those 2 penalties really loomed large on them getting those 13 points like they were able to get. Nehemiah Pritchett, DJ James leading the way for you as far as your 2 leading tacklers here. That tracks. DJ James, I thought, had a really nice, both of them had a really solid first half and how they played. So 1 sack out there, DJ James able to get credit, or 2 sacks. DJ James able to get credit with sacks, and Jaron Reed was able to get an early sack coming right up the gut. So that is your kind of first half action of where we're at, but a fun first half. Kind of an ideal to what we'd hope, I think, a little bit. Nolan, thank you for the $2 donation. Mike Moe on the all hustle team. Love it. Oh, yeah. Morris out there hustling down to make that tackle and that third down stop, give him to 4th down in the field goal attempt. And Mike Morris has been very impressive. He's got a quarterback hit in this half, I think, as well. Does he have a couple tackles here at least? Maybe only 1 tackle. He's got a tackle for loss, a quarterback hit. He's been impressive in every preseason game he's shown up. Every preseason game you've felt his presence, and you've had him inside, you've had him outside. He's going to have a role on this team, Nolan, and he's a fun player. He's a fun player. Mike Macdonald's going to know how to use this guy. There's not going to be that necessity of having to really figure what this guy is, figure him out and figure out what he can do. He knows from his Michigan time what this kid is best at, and he's going to put him in that best position to succeed. He'll be that quintessential player, as along with a lot of players on this defense. But this guy, especially because of that knowledge of his background. And Morris looking good, man. He looking really good through these preseason games. A guy that missed all of last year due to shoulder surgery, but a guy that we were, even though taken in the 5th round, very high on nonetheless. Because he's got some talent, and he's got some true ability to play inside, outside. Thank you, Nolan. I appreciate all the donations, man. Loving what we're seeing from the defensive line, and all we just need now is to hear some hopeful news here that no major injury with Uchenna Nwosu, and that at the very least that this is they can work through this with him there, because you're very concerned when you see him after that play and what went down with that. Going, oh man, no. AC Journey, thank you for the $2 donation. Those refs got to get into midseason form too, laughing out loud. I guess, yeah. You don't just start game 1 throwing flags. You got to get that flag motion real smooth, real gentle, real easy, all right? That means more in the preseason, man. More of the flick maneuver, man. Y'all think it just gets that smooth on its own? No, it takes work. Pull, rip, throw. Pull, rip, throw. It's a process, man. We're pretty much we're really artists on the field in this way. Okay? You really watch the game for us and the pull move. They're working out all those kinks on that AC. That's all that is. That's all that is. Brian Kennicott says, Michael Barrett with the last block to send D to the house. Let's go. Nice job, Michael. The Gino to DK was that play was awesome. And there was that quick rundown. Let me know if Griff, you got that kind of the rundown there on that. Gino and the boys came out, looked great. First team defense looked strong. Your rookie corners, Auburn corners looking good. Tyrese Knight continues to look really steady Eddie and well. Just didn't have a lot on offense because you only had those 19 plays. There's not a lot to pick through. Sam Howell had a 9-route touchdown taken off the books. That was a beautiful throw on his part, and he looked really good in that half. Very impressed with what I saw from Sam Howell. Very impressive. And receivers still look good all across the board. I continue to maintain you can go through every receiver on this roster, and whether it's an Aesop Winston you're talking about or White, anytime you guys give these guys opportunities, they go out there and make the most of it. 11 targets in this game to your wide receivers, 8 catches. I think only really Barner's your, only real true drop. Another just good around all around first half from what you see from your team. Good around all around, just encouraged by kind of what you're seeing. It's hard to see too many things that you feel discouraged by. It really did feel like you were making that Browns team have to earn everything they got in that first half. Okay, those quarterbacks threw for 167 yards, which would technically, if you put that over the course of a game, be over 300 yards passing for the course of the game. But if that also occurred, then you'd have to extrapolate the run game numbers, which would also mean that you only gave up 80 yards rushing. And that for them to get to 300 yards passing at that point, that means that they would have then had to have thrown the ball 60 times. And I think that if you take an NFL team in this day and age and you force them to a place where they only have 80 yards rushing and they throw the ball on the other side of that 60 times, you're going to come out of that game with the win. I would say 8-9 times out of 10, that's going to be a win to the team just off of those baseline statistics. You got to throw 60 times. A couple of those are going to probably end up getting picked. Law of gravity comes into play. Prod says someone's going to take Sam from us next year. Well, we do have him. We have him on a 2-year contract, Prod. So that's the nice part about Sam is that, and boy, doesn't look all that better right now, doesn't it? Is that you didn't give up much draft capital to get him. And then you have him on a contract of a $1 million deal for this year and next year. That's the cost. That's his price. So 2 years of club control at that point. Seahawks got themselves a good player and some nice flexibility for the position as we go into the future. Yeah, Morris looking real good. Yeah, Don, I did think it was kind of a low. If it wasn't on the edge of being a cheap shot, it was very close to cheap shot there with the Uchenna thing. You're not supposed to have a guy going low when you're engaged high, and he was already engaged high. And I thought I didn't look super deep at the play, but it did look like the guy went low when he was already engaged to me. Will Valdez, Kenny McIntosh nicknames. I vote for Mac Truck. He goes by the Blueprint. Will Valdez, that's his nickname. King says, Brando, I sent a video to you via email on Thursday. I'll check it out. I think I did take a look at it. I've been in the midst of running. Just trying to get some of these videos out, especially this last week's been tough, King, because we had the 2 trades go down and trying to get those videos out each day. I'll double check it, though. I did see it come through. I can't remember if I looked at it or not. I have to go back and see where I was at with it. Yeah, the Blueprint. Yamo says Uchenna was fine. He's just too big. He's just too big a big hit, but good thing there's a good amount of time till week 1 till we see what would happen. He's got a couple weeks now, so hopefully if it is just like a rolled ankle thing or the guy, that gives you a couple weeks to get that better, but he went down in a heap. It looked really dramatic and bad at first when he went down like that. You're like, oh no. We just traded Taylor. Nicholas, I want to see Sam Howell play through the third quarter. I'm with you on that. I'd love to see as much Sam Howell as possible in this game because this could very well be as much time as he's going to get to play for another whole year now until he gets to see live game action if everything goes right. And that means that I would like to get him that game action. Let him get that run. Tuck Tuck says Mike Morris might have the most snaps of any Hawks player in the preseason. Why is that, do you think? I think that they want to ensure that the inside-outside ability that he brings is going to be true, that he's not a tweener that couldn't give you either outside anything off the edge, nor could he be much on the inside, not quick enough on the inside if you kicked him inside. He's showing he can bring, his length can be a problem off the outside, his power can be a problem off the edge, and then he is quick enough with that same length and power from the inside against guards. And I think that they knew how to use him. So I think that in Macdonald's case, he understood Morris the player, and he understood Morris the player could be effective at Michigan at the college level. But he is also a 5th-round pick from last year that didn't play all of last season, who had shoulder surgery, and that's the other part of this too, I think, is that he didn't play all of last season. So you want to have him have as much run and much action as you can in Morris's case right now in this preseason period, because he is going to be a little bit more of a guy that factors in as a rotational guy. He might only be an early down run defender this year, if the depth stays as stacked as it looks up ahead of him for the most part. You'll need him at some point. You'll need him a little bit, but you want to get him in for kind of similar reasons as Hal. Get him in as much run as you can now and during this preseason period so that they feel like they're really prepared and ready to go once you get to if you do need to call upon him in the regular season. It does look like Sam's got his helmet on, so we're about to kick off the second half here, and it does appear Hal will be playing. This kick will go deep into the back of the end zone, and that where it will go through. That's what, come to regular season, and I'm Mike Macdonald, that's what I'm telling Jason Myers to do all day. Myers has got that big leg. I would just tell Jason Myers, boot it through the back of the end zone. Let's call it a day on the return game stuff. I know there's a lot of opening here to do a lot of other stuff with it, but give him the long field every time to deal with. I know it's 30-yard line, so is it a long field? Yeah, it's still a long field to me at that point. I just think we're going to see some big busted runs sometimes when these kickers kick it down to like that 3 or 4 yard line. All right, Hal is going to come back out onto the field now here for a 1st and 10. He is in shotgun, 3 wide. Inside carry to Holani. We've got another flag right already to kick things off here. Looks like the official saw something fast on that one. Legal shift by the Seahawks. 2 men moving at once. prior to the snap. Four wide here for Sam now on first down, 1st and 15. He's going to float this ball up over the top. And cornerback just kind of knocks the receiver down through the course of the route there. And we do have a flag coming in finally. I mean, he's initiating the contact on the receiver by the looks of things through the route and then knocking the receiver down. I understand if it's inadvertent contact, but yeah, they're going to call pass interference there on the cornerback. It's press coverage from the rip. And then, he's initiating the contact. So what you tell the cornerback to do here is you tell the cornerback to drape himself into the body of the receiver as you're running the 9 route. You sort of tuck yourself into the receiver, and you do that without your use of arms. So you're tucking in as you're running with him. The second that you get your arm extended out into the receiver through the course of the route, as you're trying to tuck him in and sort of pin him to the sideline of the route, that's the difference of what happened there and why he got called, is the arm extends up into the receiver and he initiates the contact. We got a roll out to the left here for Sam Howell. He's going to look around here and late throw. Nice completion there. Good job by Sam to patiently go through his options before he hits Aesop Winston, sort of standing there on a route just near the sideline. Fun little play call there for Grubb, too, rolling him out to his left there. The Browns weren't expecting that. It's been a well-called game by Ryan Grubb. 2 tight ends now. Howell and shotgun. Single high safety look from the Browns on the other side of things. Hand off inside to Holani. Holani, nice bounce. Little baby stiff arm. Fights his way forward past the first down marker. Nice run. There's no running back that exists on the Seahawks roster that goes down easy. All these guys on their tape going back to college are going to give you every last thing they got on every run. They always seem to be falling forward. The 3 yards to get, they'll get you 4. 4 yards to get, they'll get you 5. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line in Browns territory. Hand off to Holani again. He's looking for some space, not much to be had. Puts his head down and grabs himself the dirty 3. Ran the cut. Gino to DK, all I needed to see. That's right, Ran. That chemistry is going to be on point. Think about it, too, with these receivers of the Seahawks, as we got a timeout here. Why is it showing that the Browns already have 2 timeouts called? Oh, they've got a potential injury here. I got to fix the timeout marker on the screen there. It's off. Looks like a Brown player might have gotten concussed on that play. Officials saw it. Second and 9. Aesop Winston goes in motion. 2 tight end look here. Hal and shotgun. Browns 8 men near the line of scrimmage. They're expecting a run here, it seems like. Hal dropping back to throw. Boy, defender was closing up there. Hal able to just barely fit the ball in there to Winston on the out route. It'll be a very short gain, and this will bring up about 3rd and 4. We'll call it 3rd and 3. How about a fly sweep to Dwayne Eskridge here on 3rd down? Bring him in motion, throw him the fly sweep or a bubble. Hal back to drop the pass here, 3rd down, hit as he throws, and that hit will affect the throw. Ball will drift out of bounds. Hal got smacked Let's go for this. Let's go for this. We don't want a field goal here. Let's put them away, coach. McClendon Curtis still in the game over at left tackle. Gave up the pressure. It's going to be hard to do much of pushing back on him with this. He's not a left tackle. He's not a right tackle. He's being asked to do so. Kind of odd they've had Stone at right and him at left today, where Stone's more of a left. I would think McClendon would be more of a right. They are going to bring Myers out here on 4th and 3. Another 47-yard attempt here for Myers. So a little bit of a high snap. Dixon able to get it down, and the kick will go right through the uprights. Myers continues to have a perfect preseason period. Hits that long field goal, and the Seahawks will take a 27-13 lead. Ryan Hammond, thank you for answering my call, my man, and subscribing up to the channel, folks. Please do join all of these great people. Find folks who have subbed up to the channel here today. If you're not subbed up already, please do get subbed up, as we are trying to get ourselves up over that 20,000 mark. You could help us do that today by subbing on up. Subbing on up. Long live the King. Thank you for the $5 donation, King. He says, I love our wide receiver room. Some of us old schoolers remember that trio of D-Jack, Corn Robinson, Bobby Ingram, and the legendary Sprinkler Dance. Let it go. Right. Hitting you from all sides with it. I do. And another receiving core that I love the comparison on, King, because you can see it's not that there's a comp to this receiving core, but that was a receiving core that had guys that all had little different skill sets in what they brought. You know, Bobby Ingram was your third down slot guy. Corn Robinson was your prototype receiver who could do it all and was your X, and on the outside could cook it up. D-Jack would be more of your Z. He'd be more of your route runner, a little bit more of the finesse-y kind of feel to him as a wide receiver and what he brought to play and his element of it. And they were really good receivers, man. And when they were on, when you had them all really at the top of their game, they were hard to stop with Matt, Sean, and that offensive line. Those guys could roll. And this receiving core is similar. You got a DK that's that blueprint guy, and then you've got your JSN that's your slot guy that can do a little bit of everything. You got your Tyler, a little more in the finesse role, and you got your Bobo, who's kind of your little bit of everything almost, but not the speed aspect, but has the size, can work inside, outside. So I can see some of the echoes of that in there, King. I like that. Thank you for the $5. Appreciate you for that, man. AC Journey with a $2 donation. Lumen Field needs a new nickname. What you got? Oof. I'm bad at nicknames, AC Journey. I got to admit, I'm pretty bad at nicknames. It's where I always liked the CenturyLink thing, because then you could call it the Clink, and it sounded kind of cool. Because it had a little bit of that old flavor to it. Another one that we're going to probably have to workshop here, AC. I got to be honest with you, I'm bad at nicknames. I'd come up with one, but everybody would probably crap all over it and be like, no, it's an awful nickname, bro. Awful. How about the Puget Penitentiary? I don't know. Nice kickoff here by Myers. Deep kick. They're not able to bring back very far here, so a long field for the Browns to take over. 6-play, 42-yard drive conducted there by Sam Howell and company, taking up 3 minutes and 7 seconds, ending in a 47-yard field goal by Jason Myers. I'll try to think of something else here. Let me work through some things. Thank you for the donation, though. Morris working off the edge, 4-man front here for the Seahawks on first down. Bubble screen out wide, quickly rallying up Zakata. Nice job by the safety there to come up and help make the play. Radigan there, part of the action as well. The very short gain. Tyler Huntley out on the field now for the Browns. So they're to their third quarterback. No doubt they're wanting to keep their first two guys up, because those two guys they might have to call upon depending on Watson this year. Second and 8, Hawks showing a 5-man pressure look. 3 wide receiver look for the Browns out of shotgun. Quick throw by Huntley out to the flat. Seahawks rally up, and this will be a very short completion of about 2 or 3 yards. Bring up a 3rd and 5-ish or so. And Journey, I'm still thinking of a nickname, so I haven't forgotten it. Nothing's coming to mind here. I'm blanking. 3rd down, 5. Seahawks showing a lot of guys up around the line of scrimmage. Hit stack box. Everything dropped out of it post-snap. Huntley a little bit surprised. He's under pressure. He's going to be brought to the ground. Sharif still making his presence felt. This kid's had a hell of a preseason off the edge. Does so again here. Stack boxes, confusion. You're seeing more of it in this game than you've seen from the prior 2 preseason games from your Seattle Seahawks, and you're seeing the effect of that. It makes the quarterbacks uncomfortable. It makes them have to process and think. Post-snap, they are in a bit of a state of confusion, and you can feel it in their body language. You've seen it today on any of these quarterbacks that's been in here. Winston maybe dealt with it the best overall, but the Hawks have not run it as much when Winston was in there versus these other 2 quarterbacks. And I think you've seen what it can do to them. This punt's going to dribble down. We got a flag on the play. You've seen what this can do to offenses, and a guy like Hunt there is your 3rd stringer is really going to be overwhelmed by looking at that as he's seen all these guys up around the line of scrimmage prior to the snap, and his mind wants to say they're coming, they're coming, they're coming, they're coming. Then they don't come. And then post-snap, you're holding the ball and you're going, I thought they were going to come. And you can feel that body language of them going, wait, they're not, I actually have time to throw. Oh, okay, now I got to get back to processing. I can't just go look to hit my flat route because they've eliminated out my hot routes on the play that I thought that I was going to throw to prior to the snap. It doesn't make it easy, this defense. And that was a holding penalty on the Browns. I guess Seahawks will take the penalty, but added on to the kick, so to speak here. Added on to the kick. David Pugh, thank you for the $5 donation, David. It's good to see you in the house tonight too, brother. I'm going to say, I think is what you meant. I'm going to say, we might want to go ahead and extend Geno now. Save about 20 to 25 million average per year because the season is going to be huge. Don't pull it, Dallas, with CD Lamb. I'm not against necessarily a Geno contract. It's just going to have to be structured in a way that's going to have to make sense for the team on this one, David. And you mentioned the saving the money and what you can save on the average per year of the deal after the season. And I agree with you. I think that would be as definitely a certainty here that if you're signing him now, and if he's to go out and have the year he can go out and have, you would be saving on the bottom line of the average year per deal. I don't think that would be the holdup though necessarily on getting a new Geno Smith deal done. I think what more it comes down to is the bonus money than it does really the average per year. And the reason being on that is that you have the 2 years remaining on the deal. You still have a lot of bonus money that has to bleed out the back of the books on this deal. And whatever new deal comes into play, David, is going to have new bonus money put onto it. So you already have 2 years of bonus money remaining. Then you're throwing more bonus money on top of it. Now, you can lower down base salaries down considerably, but at the end of the day, Geno's wanting to be paid more up to market, around market parameters, right? So he's not looking to necessarily be jumping on a big old discounted deal here necessarily from his standpoint. And it just gets a little bit tough to do that as you look into next offseason, especially, David, because we're sitting on right now $26 million of dead money. We are negative $26 million of dead money on the books for next offseason right now, before we've done any kind of extra adding more money on with a Geno deal, which it would do that. Definitely, if you did do this, you wouldn't be saving money on next year's contract at that point by doing this extension. So I'm not against it. It's just got to be very creatively done to pull it off, David, because of that fact that you're not sitting in a cap situation where it's just a no-brainer because you got the cap space to do it and he's earned the deal and you want to keep him here long-term. It's all of those extra things that are kind of coming into play here, which make it a little bit tangy. I've wondered if maybe they can find a common place on this, David, if they, rather than have it as bonus money, maybe turn it into more of a guaranteed situation. So you don't give them any real new bonus money, but you go, okay, we'll put 2 extra years on the deal. The extra 2 years we'll put on the deal will maybe be guaranteed. So you have to wait till you get your money, but you know you're going to get your money. That might be a bit of a common ground way they can find to make this deal work on that side of it. John Ruiz says Uchenna Nwosu's knee was wrapped in ice. Well, I guess at least he's on the field then. But David, it's something going on. What you bring up right now is what's going on as far as the discussions in the organization right at the moment, which is what Gino wants to get paid this extension. We get a year from now. We wait on that extension. What does that mean with it? We've got a penalty, it looks like, on the Browns. Sorry, I was a little distracted there on that one. The thing with Dallas, too, on their deal, David, is remember with them that they've waited on these guys. They wait on their guys as long as they can to pay them. Whereas Gino's got, 2 years remaining on their deal. 1st and 5 here for the Seahawks after offsides. Handoff and bounced outside. PJ Walker's in the game at quarterback for your Seahawks now. It'll be a negative 2 or 3 yard loss there on an outside zone run. But the thing with Dallas there, David, is that they waited as long as they could on Dak's deal to give him payment and actually pay him that first contract after he got off of his rookie deal. And then with CD, it's the same way where he's overdue to be paid this contract. He's far earned it, and it's, whereas with Seattle, they've got 2 years left on the deal, that extension that Gino just signed last year too. 2nd and 7, Walker getting blitzed, pick it up. There you go. Nice job. Gets the guy out in the flat there. Not much of a gain, but smarter PJ there to recognize the blitz was coming, realize it, get it to the flat. Get yourself into more of a 3rd down and makeable. So that's the thing with Dallas, I'd say, David, too, is that they push some of these contracts recently kind of out a little bit further than they need to, and we are going to reward guys. I think a lot of these guys off of that magical draft from a couple years ago are going to be after their 3rd year this year, and if they have great years, I think Seattle will be happy to reward them for it. It's 3rd and 5. Throw and catch over to Dwayne Eskridge, who makes the grab, but he's not able to quite get down to the 1st down there. He's going to be a little bit short. This will bring up 4th down and 1. Is Macdonald going to go for it here? Okay. A ballsy decision by Macdonald here. It's looking like a quarter. Oh, handoff inside. Oh, Lordy. And that'll be a negative play in the backfield. Eskridge collided with the running back after the give. That was just ugly from start to finish on the execution there. You're trying to time it where Eskridge is moving at the snap and is the lead blocker there. And it just ended up working out where I don't know if Eskridge was a beat late in his motion. Yeah, I think Eskridge was late in his motion getting over to the guy. I don't know if Walker needed to send Eskridge in motion earlier. I don't know that on that. You'd have to know the backtails of the details there, but that's what threw that play into flux. You didn't get your receiver out there in front to make the block there. So the Browns take over at the 32-yard line. Ballsy choice by Macdonald there. Give is going to be inside on the carry, and this will be a gain of a 14-yard gain there for Sailors, the Browns. Garth Knight, thank you for the $5 donation. I appreciate you for that. Handoff inside here, drug down right there for about a 4 or 5 yard gain. Seahawks have a lot of their backups in the game. Brando, give me the info on this Apple Plus Sunday ticket costing $700 if you're aware. Well, I don't know if I would be paying that price myself, Garth. I'm going to be doing the YouTube thing myself, so that's only $400 total for that. 2nd and 5 here, shotgun for Huntley. Dropping back to pass. He's looking to throw it quickly in the flat, and that'll be incomplete. So I wouldn't know. To me, the Apple Plus isn't worth $300 more a year to spend on that. I wouldn't pay for that, you know. And in my investigation on this, Garth, it looked like the 400 from YouTube was the best one to go with when it was all said and done. But 700 seems a little pricey to me. That's a bit much. If they were charging that much, I'd be like, damn. Maybe I'll just try to stream from a bar or something. For 3rd and 5 now. Huntley dropping back to throw. He's going to roll out. He's looking to run. Get up there, get up there, get up there, get. Oh, man, he got down to the 5-yard line. Nice run there by Huntley. But I'm not aware of that pricing program with Apple or Sunday Ticket. But I'd do the YouTube one if I had to pick there, Garth. Because that one you can do $100 for 4 months. Like they charge you $100 for 4 months. So you don't even have to drop the $400 all at once. That one to me makes more sense. 5:55 to go in the third quarter. Seahawks up 27-13. Browns knocking on the door here at the 7-yard line. Huntley dropping back to throw here, rolling to his right. He's looking, finds his man. Beautiful throw on his part. Touchdown. Browns, they will crawl back within a touchdown here now. Go with YouTube though, Garth. Much better. MC, thank you for subscribing to the channel, MC. I appreciate you for doing so. Please do join MC if you're not already subbed up to the channel and get subbed on up. It helps out this channel tremendously in doing so. Also, just an FYI to you guys, I will be going directly after the stream over to the Bleacher Report. So if you click at the top of the description link below, and I'll also post this into the chat here as we get into the fourth quarter, a link to the Bleacher Report. You do have to download the app. So if you could do me that favor, you want to support the channel, I'd really love to continue to do this with them throughout the regular season. And if you guys put your eyeballs on it, you can continue to do it. Extra points going to be down and up for the Browns. So they will get within 7 points here in this game. So if you haven't downloaded the Bleacher Report app already on your phone, please do so. But I will be posting the link to that as once the game wraps up here, we directly go over to Bleacher Report right after the game for a post-game breakdown over there. And then we'll probably be over here maybe for a post-game discussion. We'll see on that as it'll be probably pretty late this evening on that. We'll have to see how late we're going to go tonight on that. If you guys are feeling that or not. Antoine Cobb says, I would say Kenny McIntosh is more like an Italian V8 Ferrari. I like that. Yeah. Got that acceleration. Megan, thank you for the $5 donation. Megan, she says, okay, I'm heading out to watch F1, maybe back in a bit, but if not, see you for the fantasy draft tomorrow. Sounds good, Megan. Sounds real good. Thank you for the $5 donation and doing all of the mod today. Sorry we had so many of the spammers in here, but we'll just activate the sub mode to the chat once we get to regular season, Megan. I've been anticipating that we're going to probably have to make that change at some point, and I think the spammers have forced us to do that change now. Now is going to be that time. Also want to thank real quickly as we got a commercial break here, Underdog Fantasy, sponsoring the show throughout the course of this year. And you can get right now up to $1,000 on a matching. So it's a 2-to-1 match that they got set up right now. You put $1,000 down, you get $500 matched by Underdog Fantasy. You put $2,000 down, you get $1,000 matched by Underdog Fantasy. All you got to do is use my code to get that matching, and that's going to be NEST. Nest. Nest is the code. Go to Underdog Fantasy, click in the description link section below if you want, on the other side of it as well. But you can win yourself a lot of money over there with some great pick'ems. We're going to be doing a private sort of Hawks Nest fantasy football draft over there on the Underdog Fantasy app. They've got the great freebies for newbies like this 0.5 total yards free pick'em that you can add on. Easy stack there to put kind of a little bit of a parlay together on that side of it. But I'm going to be putting also in the link description here today, a link to that Underdog site. Restrictions within the state of Washington, but if you're outside the state of Washington and get on, go head to head, see if you can take my money. Robert House. Oh no, everyone's going to have to subscribe in order to interact with the channel. That's right, Rob. Yeah, I'm probably long overdue on my part on that. All right, we got the kickoff sending deep here. Guess went through the back of the end zone. It's going to be a bit weird, a weird football game. PJ Walker back out now in shotgun. 5 wide for the Seahawks. Olani comes back to the backfield here, moving in motion. Handoff, hold. Oh, no. Read option keeper here for Walker. He's going to keep it and get spun down for a gain of about 5 or 6 yards. Spencer Smith, thank you for the donation. This is BDE. You have, by the way, you have received the number 5 overall selection. It's a good spot to be picking. I like that, Spencer. I can make that work. Thank you for the donation, man. Number 5's good. That's solid. I don't like to be at the front of the back on drafts. Second down now. Quick throw to Eskridge out on a bubble screen. Eskridge takes it up the field for a nice gain. This will be a first down. Let's get Dwayne some work here, shall we? Let's get Dwayne a little bit of work. He was uncovered at the snap. Easy read and throw there for Walker to get over to him. Wonder if they're doing that off of kind of a sight line read there where he doesn't have a guy really covering him up. First and 10, 4:41 to go in the third quarter. Seahawks up 27-20. 3 wide. Single high safety look from the Browns. Like they jumped off sides there. Okay. And that ball is going to get picked off. Oof. We do have a flag. I think the Browns jumped off sides there. Maybe not. Personal foul, roughing the passer by the Browns. And that will negate that interception. They protect these quarterbacks, don't they? They do protect him. Walker took a nice shot in the back there, but it's kind of a bang-bang. That was definitely a horrible throw by Walker, though. He just threw it right to the defender. I don't know what he was seeing. First and 10. Seahawks onto the Browns side of the field after the roughing the passer penalty call. Walker under center. He's going to check at the line of scrimmage. Browns got 8 defenders near the line of scrimmage. They've been doing a lot of that this second half. And Holani with some space to work with in space here. Nice little gain of 8. Able to finish off the run. Nice little juke move and get an extra 2 or 3 yards. Hawks going to that pitch play, getting into the edges. Nicely done. You get the 4-man box. You get the 4 defenders down, all basically playing it like linebackers, off-ball linebackers. Then you get out to the pitch, and it's hard to get all those defenders then who are all just down near inside back to the outside to get to the pitch play, especially if you have a back who's quick enough to push the edge. Walker, shotgun, 2nd and 2, dropping back to throw. Finds his man over the middle. Nice throw, nice catch. Eskridge with another one. Good job. Eskridge continues to build on a solid day here so far. First down. Good job by Walker to go through his reads there. First down and 10. Seahawks on the 24-yard line of the Browns. Under center. Quick penetration in the backfield. Able to get away with it. Hold on. He's still on his feet. He gets a little stiff arm into the face of the defender, staying on his feet, and able to finish the run off down to the 5-yard line. He looks snuffed out in the backfield. Had a couple times here on a few of these runs where defenders have been in the backfield already harassing Holani on his carries, and he was able to earlier get through on a magnificent half-yard gain. Here, able to get through that early penetration. I mean, he's got to navigate through, breaks a couple of tackles, stiff arms another defender, and then able to finish this run down to the 5. Glorious run there by George Holani. Walker back under center. 3 wide. Holani, the give. He's cooking. He's stretching. Are they going to give it to him? No, right at the goal line. 4.5-yard gain there by Holani. Showing off a little bit of the burst there. He got right through the hole fast. Crashing defender couldn't get to him. First defender there to make the tackle couldn't get him. Third defender couldn't get him. Fourth defender finally came in there, clipped him out underneath his legs. And we are a half-yard away from a touchdown on the Seahawks. 2nd and goal. 2 minutes to go. Give inside. Touchdown. Touchdown, George Olani. Let him finish it, Grub. That's how you do that. Reward the hard work of this kid today. If McIntosh has solidified himself as the third back in this order, in his rung on this spot, no doubt about it, George Olani has solidified himself as that number 4 guy. Quickness, burst, runs hard. Never going to go easy. Never going to go down easy. Showed it to you right there. Nicely done in a well-constructed drive by P.J. Walker and company there. Aided definitely heavily by that roughing the passer penalty that negated the interception. But that's how you answer. That is how you answer. Nameless Alchemist. Thank you for the $2 donation. I appreciate you for that. Nameless says, what do you think of Sam Howell during this game? I wonderfully impressed by Sam Howell in this football game overall. The day of being 6 of 9 for 45 yards is not going to really, in my opinion, fully kind of capture this game and how he played. I thought he was under control. I thought he was recognizing the blitz. I would have loved to see him get a little bit more action than he did. I think he had a couple of drives that he was able to put together. I thought he did a good job today of recognizing when the blitz was coming and having an answer for it. I thought he looked a little bit more certain in his decision-making. It was nice to see him let some throws rip down the football field, and he made a beautiful throw to White that got negated on that play. But it was on a hold, but still a just great throw where he shows you he's got a nice deep ball and he's got a nice ball placement on those deep, but where he's going to give his receiver a chance to run underneath that thing. And so he was good today. I thought he played really well within himself. He knew when he needed to use his legs and when he needed to throw. He felt the pressure around him. I'm touching on these things kind of specifically with him because those are the things that you're most looking for him to kind of get moving a little bit more forward here in this preseason Alchemist, being processing in the pocket, recognizing when the blitz is coming, feeling pressure when it's around you. And those 3 things I think he's been very good at overall. So the stats on this one won't tell the whole tale of Howell and how he played in this game, but he was overall very solid. And I've overall been very encouraged by what we've seen from him in this preseason. He is kind of what I thought we were going to get when we got him in the trade, which is a guy that's got some talent to him. Is he one of those kind of talents that there's so easy to see how good this guy is? Everyone can tell that this guy's a guy that could be a quarterback of the future for you. Maybe it's not as easily drawn for most folks in that way with him, but he's got those points to his game where you could see that building up to that spot of things. And he's just got to continue to keep getting better, continue to keep growing his game. And he can reach that spot. He can reach to being an NFL quarterback and a pretty good one at that, I think. But it's going to be a growing process, and he's not going to arrive there today or tomorrow. It's going to be a process. It's going to take some time. But I'm very encouraged, Alchemist, by what I saw from him today. Seven-play drive, 55 yards, taking up 3 minutes and 51 seconds off the clock. Capped off by a 1-yard George Olani run. Form says, what point did the NFL allow us to keep more than 53 men? People have been clamoring for it for years. And the NFL just doesn't want to do it because it's going to come down to the NFL having to decide to give more profit margins out to the players, and they don't want to do that. I think that's really a little bit at the heart of it. Kick return will be brought up to about the 32-yard line here, where the Browns will take over with 1:48 to go here in the third quarter. Please do hit that like button if you could for me, folks. I would really appreciate it. Tyler Huntley will come back out on the field for the Browns. All right. 1st and 10. 3 wide for the Browns. Handoff inside. Nice run up the gut there. Big gain of 7 or 8 yards. Sharif is a undrafted rookie free agent guy, I believe, Garth. I wasn't too familiar with him coming into this preseason either. He's a rookie out of South Alabama. So, he's just a youngster out of a super small school. But he has been impressive. Where is this? There we go. Second and 3 now. Going up over the top. He's got a man deep. And that ball will be completed for a first down. Carlton Johnson got torched over the top. Johnson got thoroughly beat on that play. Gave up his share of yards out there at Fresno State, even in his final year there. He can make some plays too. He's got a little bit of ability to hit. But boy, that's a right up the football field for the Browns here. First down to 10, 24-yard line. Huntley back in shotgun. He's getting flushed out of the pocket. They're going to drift this up. Nice job by Huntley improvising there and looking late just as he's about to cross the line of scrimmage. Get that out to Robbins there for a first down. Browns are driving. That might be the last play here of the third quarter. We got ourselves a shootout. Kendrick Hawks says you should replace Norb on the NFC West roundtable. Someone's got to put that Rams guy in his place. I would do it. Is he feeling himself? You know I'd do it, man. You know I'd do it. Norb's nice though. Yeah. He's a nice guy. All right, so we're heading into the fourth quarter here now. Let me get up this year. Into the chisel. I'm just going to link the Bleacher Report thing here to the deal. All right. We got it pinned. Huntley's played pretty good. 5 of 6, 60 yards, touchdown, 147.9 rating. Not been too bad. Ah, jeez. Ah, jeez. AC Journey, would you draft Aaron Rodgers? And if so, what round? I wouldn't. I would be very hesitant. I think both Rodgers and Cousins are both in that place where they both could have a really good year, but you're really risking something with the injury front, which would make it where you've got to me, wait a little bit deeper into the draft to be taking them. It depends on how many teams you have in your league as to where you would go with them. But I would estimate with the Rodgers guy, probably not into where you're into like maybe the 5th, 6th roundish kind of area at best, both them and Cousins, because number one, we know that those older quarterbacks can fall off a cliff when they fall off a cliff. And the injury thing is just the one that you can kind of, that's an issue and problem you can see on fantasy coming down the line. So you want to just try to avoid it. First and 10 for the Browns, taking over here from the 12.5-yard line in Seahawks territory. Hawks, a lot of guys around the line of scrimmage. Rams dropping back to throw. He's going to loop this over the top. Wide open. DJ James in coverage. Seahawks tried to trust those guys on the back end there. Had a lot of guys around the line of scrimmage. I don't know if they were anticipating run, but it got caught. It got. They're just running a crosser through, and James not even close in coverage there. Yay. B. Brian, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate you for doing that. Chad Taylor, I thank you and appreciate you as well for subbing on up to the channel. You guys are awesome. Gentlemen and scholars, I tell you. Gentlemen and scholars. All right, they're going to go for two, are the Browns. Huntley, play action pass. He's got pressure right up the gut. Runs around from it. Runs back to his left. He's improvising. He's finding a hole. He's finding a lane. Is he going to get up his feet? They finally get to him and they pull him down. No 2-point conversion. So nice hold up there by the Seahawks. So there's a swarm. Yeah, there was a swarm. Good job by, I think they just blew a block to the Browns there as defensive tackle Kendricks was just unblocked off the snap. Yeah, Haley, DJ James he had an okay first half there where he made a couple plays, had a sequence of about 3 or 4 plays there where he looked really fine. And then he does have some bad moments though in addition to that. There's definitely, this is a developmental kid. I think he does make the roster though, because Artie Burns was the guy that I think you were wondering a little bit about as a guy that could push him, and Burns ended up getting injured in this game, and I wonder if that ends up being the thing that ends up deciding it a bit. John, are we playing vanilla cover 3 again? I don't know what we were playing on that. It looked more like we're playing man and just try. I think we were anticipating run on that play with the crosser to James. But a little more trying to trust the corners out on the outside here. That's how you have Carlton Johnson get burned up over the top. And maybe the coaches are trying to test out to see if those guys could hold up in that way. Kick will go deep in the end zone where it will be downed there. Fumi says, please don't tell me we're going to lose this game because our third stringers suck. We still got a decent lead here. Let's see if our offense can keep it going. Walker comes back out on the field here, 4 wide, 14:55 to go in the fourth quarter. Drops back to pass, blitz by the Browns, lets it rip. Finds his man White out there for the catch. Little stop right there for 12-yard gain. First down. Seahawks on the 41-yard line, their own territory. Walker back in shotgun. 3 wide, 1 tight end. Hand off inside here. Quickly brought down. Not getting a whole lot of Kobe Lewis when you hand him the ball here. Lonnie in this game, 7 carries, 38 yards. Kenny McIntosh, 1 carry, 56 yards. Here are the two backs held up their end of the bargain pretty well. Second down and 9. Browns showing a blitz. 4 wide. 3 to the near side of the field. Pretty much a throwaway there by Walker. That's a little bit of a grub special you get from college where you take 3 of your receivers to the short side of the field. You get your 1 receiver to the far side of the field, the far hash. He's got some space out there to be isolated, to work one-on-one. Like to see him go maybe back to more of those like 9 route throws if they're going to bring the blitz like they have been Cleveland. And they've been dialing up those blitzes. Like, they want to trust their guys on the outside too. Let's attack them over the top like they have with us. 3rd down and 9. Play clock rolling down here. Get the ball off. 1 second. Walker dropping back, throws it in the flat to Lewis. Lewis trying to get up the field. Lewis chopped down. Very close, and he's going to be just short of the 1st down. Ugh, I hate that mark by the official. Probably right, but it looked like he got the 1st, and the official pulled it back a half yard there on the mark. Oh, maybe his toe. Might have gotten his toe. His toe might have clipped the out of bounds marker. Might be a good spot. We're going for it again. No. 4th and 1. We're going to get I think they're going to challenge the spot. We're choosing Brandon the wave. Just seeing Seattle doing the wave. Man, that brings back memories. I like the challenge here from Macdonald. You're probably going to need your full allotment of timeouts here if they saw something upstairs. Let's give it a shot. They didn't show us a great camera angle. Orchie says, every time PJ Walker drops back, I clench my butt cheeks. Too much. Truth, though. And he makes me nervous back there, too. He makes me a little nervous, too. I didn't get a chance to see a clear indicator on that, whether he had stepped out or not. It did look like 1st down initially. Like, bang, bang. Looked like a 1st. Yeah, Walker's practice squad. I agree, whole hand grenade. I concur. Brown's throwing the hell out of that rock in this game. I mean, they're behind, so they have to throw, but already 36 passes for the Browns in this game. $23 of 36, 3 touchdowns passing for the Browns in this game. 112 quarterback rating. Seahawks 16 of 21, 143 yards of 1 touchdown and 110 rating. So all the quarterbacks in this game overall playing okay. I do think Walker makes me nervous too. Browns running it 14 times for 72 yards, 5.1 yard per carry average. Seahawks 16 carries, 127 yards. So a 7.9 yard per carry average, obviously boosted heavily by the 56 yard rush by McIntosh, and my feed just kind of cut out on me here, folks. So I don't know if you guys are getting the same thing on your end, but I just got the blue screen of death. Oh, there we go. Mythic, how would you rank the big 4 grunge bands? Personally, I would go Soundgarden 4, Pearl Jam 2, Nirvana, or 3, Nirvana 2, Alice in Chains 1. I would go Alice, Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Soundgarden. That'd be mine. What the F is this blue screen? It's freaking me out. I'm waiting for the computer noise to come in where it goes. Usually that's what that screen means. That's what we always used to call it back in the Microsoft days, was the blue screen of death. It's when your machine would go side. You'd be doing a testing machine, and the testing machine goes sideways, and you get the blue screen. Like, yep, I got to reload this thing. Got some Mother Love Bone love in the chat from Ricardo. All right, let's go. All right, so Dixon's going to punt. Challenge lost. Toe must have tapped out, so he will let this fly. Let's see if the defense can find some footing here. Dixon's going to try to... The punter fell down. They're going to clown you for that one in the film room. That's funny. He just fell. They're such well-coordinated athletes, you know. It's like that's how all of us would look if we were trying to return a punt. The punt's up there, and and you just fall over your feet. Dixon just broke his ankles. I didn't know a punter could cross over a punt returner, but I guess it's possible. 1st and 10, Browns under center. Bobble on the handoff. Huntley able to regather it. Hawks there defensively to tighten that down a bit. Very short run. Leviston there on the tackle on Sailors, the running back for the Browns. Please do, again, hit that like button if you guys get a chance. Seahawks deep into their depth now. Sharif, Mike Morris operating off the edge. 2nd down and 8. Huntley's going to change the play at the line of scrimmage. I think he likes a run play here. Yeah. Thinks he's got a numbers game with the run play, and he does. Nice little run there by Sailors. Good check by Walker. He had 2 tight ends up on the line of scrimmage. 4 down linemen for the Hawks. A quasi-light box. They had 7 defenders down there, so not fully light, but you just got 1 extra hat on a hat there if you're the Browns down there on that play. 3rd down and 1. The give's inside. Stuffed. Looks like he's short. Great job by the Hawks, especially up front there, to get the push and penetration there in the backfield. Mike Morris again at the center of things. Looks like he got the most push back there to kind of muck it up, and then O'Connell, the linebacker, came in to help clean it up. Fourth down. No doubt about it here. If you're the Browns, you're probably going for this. Deep in their own territory now are the Browns. Huntley up at the line. 4th and 1. I formation kind of look from them. Play action pass. They throw it out in the flat. They've got their man. Great play call there by Stefanowski. You know, the defense is selling out for the run there. And able to take advantage of that, just leaking the fullback tight end. He played fullback on that snap there. Have him just leak out into the flat. First and 10 for the Browns. 10-10 to go in the 4th quarter. Seahawks up 34-26. Browns still in their own territory at the 42-yard line. Shotgun look for Huntley. He drops back to throw, quick catch. About a 4-yard gain there. No, they're saying incomplete. Looks like he dusted that one a little bit. Got a worm burner. Tech Matt. Thank you for subscribing up to the channel, joining Chad Taylor and B. Brian. Appreciate you for doing that. Very, very kind of you. 2nd down and 10. Huntley back in shotgun. 3 wide. 1 tight end. Seahawks bringing a blitz. Blitz gets picked up well by the Browns. Quick throw, quick catch, short gain. So bring us up to about a 3rd and 3 for the Browns here now. O'Connell made a nice tackle there right after the catch. Blitz kind of slow played that a little bit. A little bit too much. 9:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Seahawks up 34-26. Browns right around midfield. 4-man front from the Seahawks. Dropping back, quick throw, incomplete. Looked like the receiver wasn't really ready for it there. And Huntley kind of dabbing him up there. I don't know what happened there, but some miscommunication for sure between the players. If you're going forward fourth down before, you're going forward here. So 4th and 3, Brown's going to try this again. See if Macdonald dials something up here a little bit now. $9:15 to go in the fourth quarter. We got 4 wide look from the Browns. Quick snap. Kind of an awkward snap, and he will go down. Sharif once again getting into the backfield. Morris was back there as well, but Sharif was able to finish the deal. 2 sacks in this game for Sharif, making his presence felt. How do you make a roster? Every single preseason game showing up in the way that this kid have is a good way to do it. And that will shut down the Browns' drive. Put the Hawks back on the field. I'll be right back. Alrighty. Haley says, why do we trade Taylor? Sharif. That's right. Easily maybe see it. It was either going to be Sharif or Nelson, and certainly I think Sharif's been more impressive as a player at this point. And you're going, well, you just have a pass rush specialist guy. You just have a guy you're going to bring in on that is his role. Looks like Sharif seems well suited to that role, as he has been outstanding. And he's got pretty decent size to him, and how he's listed 262, 255-ish, so he's not a big boy. Boy, instant penetration in the pocket on first down there. The Browns saw that coming from a mile away. Loss of 2 or 3 there. Kobe Lewis has had no room to work with here. Seahawks left him unblocked, and the timing has been off on Walker today on some of the, and maybe it's just the backup guys. Eskridge, we saw this happen to, and we just saw it there, where it almost seems like the motion player who's supposed to be the lead blocker is coming late on the motion. Walker dropping back to pass. Nice throw, nice catch. Has to fit it in tightly there to Aesop Winston Jr., who makes the grab. This will bring this to more of a 3rd and makeable now. But there's been a couple of plays where the timing has been just a little bit off on that motion, where this motion's coming and then post-snap the motion's supposed to be on top of that guy, and it's a little bit late on a few of these snaps here. Something you'd expect as you get to 3rd and 4th stringers. 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. 3rd and 5 for the Seahawks. They are on the 32-yard line of the Browns. 5-man protection look here. Quick throw. No chance for Winston there on the back shoulder throw by Walker. Kind of an odd decision there by Walker on the play. And we'll see if, I would estimate here, if you're Macdonald, you probably go for the field goal. Myers has been on point. Go get the win. And that's what it looks like he's going to go do. Interesting decision, interesting play call there on 3rd and 5. Walker's not been throwing back shoulder throws well throughout this preseason. I don't know why you'd go to that as your play here. 51-yard field goal attempt for Myers, who's 2 of 2, and he's drilled 2 long ones today, including a 58-yarder. Another high snap. Snap again gets down by Dixon. Kick is up and through. Seahawks will extend this out past a 1-touchdown lead. 37-26, and Jason Myers continues to be nails in the preseason on field goals. Absolutely perfect in the preseason, though he has missed 2 extra PATs. Don says Myers haters repent. Smooth as ice. Yeah, Myers might be the GOAT today. He just might. And I have included a link, folks, at the top of this chat. You will notice there is a link to the Bleacher Report post-game show that I'll be doing over there. We will be probably doing a post-game discussion here. Maybe. It'll be pretty late, I'm sure, at this point. This game might not be over till damn near 11. But we'll be going over to the Bleacher Report. Do need to download the app, but it's a direct link if you have the app downloaded to that. It's going to be just a quick half-hour show over there on the Bleacher Report side of it, but I appreciate if you guys would click that link, download that app, watch that show, because I would like to continue to be able to do that with them throughout the season. If you guys watch, I will be able to continue to do so. And Jason made all of his extra points today. That's true. Yes, he did. Boy, Jess says, look like the NFL Network team is getting tired. The broadcast is pretty bad. It is on that late side as you're trying to just stay, especially if you're a 3rd preseason game, you're deep in the 4-stringers, it's getting into 10 o'clock at night. It's at that spot where it's just like, you definitely, I'm sure the broadcast team's over there going, oh my goodness. Haley Myers is going to be randomly selected for a drug screening. Yeah, he is. He's had it. Those are all legit, too. I think they've all been long. Myers responsible for 13 points today, almost 2 touchdowns on his own. All right, here's the kickoff from Myers. He'll send this deep down to about the 3 yards deep. Boom. 319 total yards in this game for the Browns, 275 for the Seahawks. Browns are 4 of 13 on 3rd down. Seahawks 0 of 6 on 3rd down today. Interesting stat. They're also 0 of 1 on 4th down. So between 3rd and 4th down efficiency, it's not been there for your Hawks, but probably speaking to having a pretty good game when you're still finding yourself with a 11-point lead here, and you are not winning out on the total yards, and you've been 0 for 7 on 3rd and 4th downs. Here comes Huntley now, back on the field from the 30-yard line after downing it in the end zone. 2 high safety look from the Seahawks. Quick throw. Patrick O'Connell's played a solid game here for the Seahawks. Not a lot of Michael Barrett out there in this game today. No, I mean, I heard he was there on the block, but maybe I'm missing him. I haven't seen him much out on the field. Is he 43? Is that Barrett? Maybe that's Barrett. Just getting used to his number, maybe. O'Connell's played well, though. He's been on it, especially in coverage on a couple of these snaps. 2nd down and 10. Yeah, Barrett's 43. Okay. Getting used to that number, you know? Quick handoff inside for about a gain of 4 or 5 there. O'Connell and Okada on the tackle. 7:22 to go in the fourth quarter, 3rd and 5. Browns have all 3 of their timeouts. Four-man front from the Seahawks. Trips to the far side of the field for the Browns. Huntley looking, trying to scramble, looking. Great job by Ty Okada out there. Just laying in wait. He was on top of the route, and Huntley was rolling out. And Huntley rolled out. He didn't have as many options out there to throw to. He's looking to. He always wanted to go either to his tight end or try to run with it there. The option to run with it really wasn't opened up for him, and so he just tried to flick it out into the flat to his tight end. And Okada was right there in coverage the whole way. So that as soon as the catch happened, brought down to the ground. A fairly common thing that you've seen from the Hawk defenders in the secondary throughout this preseason in this defense is that if the catch is given up, the player is brought right to the ground. Short, deep pass, doesn't matter. If it's completed, they're usually going to get him down to the ground. Pretty good sure tackling so far in this preseason period from your Hawk defenders. Yeah, Haley Barrett's just getting it here. So if he doesn't show up, he's just trying to figure out what's what and who's who at this point. He's making that roster. No doubt about that. Connell's got to be making it a little bit tough, though, with how he's playing here. Okada to the practice squad? Probably. Haley? Probably. Some of it depends on if you're... I don't think he's making the active roster, definitely, but I guess it's probably between him and Blair as to who you'd keep onto the practice squad. 1st and 10. Hand off to Kobe Lewis. Early penetration in the backfield. Seen a lot of that today on some of these handoffs. I don't know. Lewis just can't get any run blocking today. Anytime he's had the ball, there's been a defender back there swallowing him up instantaneously. 3-yard loss. Second and 13. 3 wide to the near side of the field. Blitz off the edge. Hand off to Lewis. Has got a little bit of room here. He's able to fight forward for maybe a 4-yard gain. Clock will roll down to nearly 5 minutes here. Third down and 7. Brown showing a blitz. Walker checks. Browns seem to check out their blitz when they see Walker check. Steps into his throw. Kind of a wild throw there. Walker was hit as he was thrown, though, too. Probably affected some of his pass. Bring down 4th down now. No screens really from Grubb today. Saw a little bit of the screen game heavily in that first Charger game, and then not much here over the past 2 games. Keeping it in the back pocket. A couple bubble screens today. I think you've run about 3 of those, but he'll run all sorts of screen plays when we get to regular season. Much like the trick plays. Comes to Grubb, he hasn't shown you nearly of everything you're going to see from him once we get to the regular season. Great job on the coverage unit by the Seahawks. Able to quickly bring the returner to the ground after a very nice punt by Dixon, giving him a nice long field here. The Browns will take over with 3 timeouts and 4:39 to go on the clock. Garth, thank you for the $5 donation, Garth. I really appreciate that, my man. Longtime supporter of this channel. I thank you for that, brother. It says, fun fact, kicker Jason Myers hates Pearl Jam, but loves Alice Cooper. Especially Cooper's video for his song Poison. That is a fun fact. I did not know. I did not know that. That's a fun fact. Did not know that, Garth. Walker will give this off to the running back here on 1st and 10, or he'll carry it up the middle. I wonder if Stefanowski's at the place where he's like, let's just get off the field here. Maybe we don't need to have 175 snaps this game. Appreciate you, Garth. Walker has the accuracy of a snail. It definitely can dip. Walker's murdering Krebs offense. All right, 2nd and 3 here. Play action pass. We'll throw to the check down route here. Missed tackle in space and then brought to the ground by O'Connell. Nice job cleaning up there. 1st down. Clock will stop. 3 minutes and 52 seconds. I think that was Barrett on the whiff tackle there, Haley. They don't show replays, you know that, but yeah. That was, unless they had Sharif out there playing in space. Browns on the Seahawks side of the field. Another throw right out into the flat. Quickly chopped down there. 3:41 to go in the 4th. Gain about 3 yards or so. Williams with the tackle. Seahawks trying to just stay back in coverage and make the Browns earn this slowly. Walker, play action pass, dropping back to throw. He'll roll out a little bit in there and find his tight end, brought down in space. There's a nice tackle by Barrett. Keeping him in bounds. Clock continues to roll. Barrett, kind of a, oh, wait, well, that was a Sharif. Nice spot by Sharif there. So I don't know, Haley. It might have been Sharif before on that last one, too. But good tackle in space by Sharif there. That's an edge having to get out there and make that tackle in space. Fumi Blair non-existent tonight. Very quiet night from Blair. 3rd and 3. Handoff inside. Swallowed up nicely there. Leviston, was that him? No, it was Kendricks. Kendricks did a nice job of penetration on the play and able to bring down the ball carrier in the backfield. Oh, you love seeing that. Take you down to the 2-minute warning. Nice job attacking the gap and getting upfield by Kendricks. Sharif helping him out too. So the 2-minute warning will click in here now. And Browns have got some work to do here to get this thing through. Yeah, Sharif in on that pile too. Brian, is it Sharif and Barrett for the last linebacker? No, I think that they're two different positions. Here's my... When I walked into this game, this was kind of my guess coming into this game. Obviously, I'm going to adjust this a little bit, maybe potentially. But when I got to the linebackers, here's how I had it factor out. I think you're keeping 5 inside linebackers, and I think you're keeping 4 edges. So Dodson, Baker, Knight, Radigan, Barrett are your inside linebackers. And then your edges would be, if not Nelson Cesar, it looks like Sharif definitely has probably done enough to earn the job on that at this point, right? So I probably have to... Let's change it. Let's change it now. So there we go. I'll go Jamie Sharif. That'll be your 4th edge. So he's your 4th edge. And then Michael Barrett would be your 5th linebacker, I think, the way that this would work. It's a guess. I imagine these guys might be a little out of breath. They've probably been playing a lot of this game. And yeah, the Browns have kind of low-key had a lot of snaps in this game. You got 45 throws. You've got another 20 rushes. They've clipped out with 65 plays and counting so far in this football game. The Seahawks on the other side of it have only 44 plays that they've run. 43. The Seahawks run 43 plays. They've run 65. So quite a disparity there on the other side of it. Haley says, I think Radigan lost his job tonight. Kind of looks a lot better if they keep 5. You could win me over on that argument for it, Haley. I think they both have looked pretty good this preseason. This has been a night where O'Connell has flashed a little bit more. To me, Radigan's had a couple of games where he looked good through those first 2 preseason games too, though. So it's sort of on that one, it's sort of a pick your pleasure on that one, whichever one, there might be a favorable one too. Carlos, the Seahawks preseason games are the best. I tried to watch the other games and it was I watched some few today. I was trying to keep an eye on it, and I was finding myself eyes glazing over at a couple of those games. The Texans-Rams game was brutal. That thing was the most boring snooze fest. Yeah, it's been kind of fun, these preseason games. This one was good, too. Some scoring, and half these preseason games are like 13-7. All right, the Browns are going to see if they can pull off a miracle in Seattle. They're at the 41-yard line in Seattle's territory. They're going to go empty here. Seattle's going to show a single high look on the back end of things. Ball is going to be complete underneath for a first down. Tucker says, last year Levi Bell looked like a lock. Now he's not even on the team. True enough. It's where I wonder if maybe Sharif has a little bit of an inroad here where he can do that, whereas, to your point, spaced out of his name all of a sudden. Draw back to throw here, 1st and 10. Clock continues to roll here, 1:28 to go. He's going to try to run this, and he's going to get down and slide. And that clock will keep a roll on a. The Levi Bell thing, though, is that with Levi, too, you have to remember with him is that he was so undersized. He's such a smaller guy. And at least with Sharif, you have more of a 6'2", 255. He's got at least a decent enough size to be able to bring it on that angle where I think McDonald's okay with that. I just don't think with Levi Bell, McDonald saw any way he would work within his defense. 58 seconds to go. Pressure bearing down. Huntley will just dump this ball down. And O'Connell thinks he's got a fumble there. I don't think he thought the guy was tackled. Like, look, he just got up and dropped the ball. I knocked it out of his hands. 40 seconds to go here now. Clock continues to run. 1st and 10 for the Browns. Huntley. Dropping back. Tries to throw it incomplete. Again, too, folks, we will be probably wrapping it up pretty quickly after the stream today. So I will be going over to the Bleacher Report for a quick post-game stream on the Bleacher Report app, and then maybe back here for some post-game discussion. So do please click that link for the Bleacher Report stream there. It's at the top of this chat right now. So just click the top of the chat. You'll have a direct link to that. I will be bouncing over there directly after the game. 24 seconds to go. Huntley, back and shotgun, 2nd and 10. Drops back to throw. Pressure. Bearing down. Throws it. Catch. Tackled. Out of bounds. 17 seconds left. Power Code Mike Morris has played so many snaps. He has. He's tired. Tucker, it amazes me that Bell couldn't even get a roster on any team. Isn't Tucker? Didn't the Colts? I think the Colts got him, Tucker. I don't know if he's been bounced off the roster there, but he was signed earlier. Empty look. 3rd and 9 here. Yeah, Morris looks real tired. I can't blame the guy. Ball's going to be complete, and then toe tap his way out of bounds is James Broche. So that'll be 13 seconds remaining and a first down for the Browns. Would just NFL Plus stop working? I'm sorry on that. It can be sometimes a bit dodgy, the app. O'Connell's been look good, Haley. He has looked good. 1st and 10. Another empty look here for the Browns. Seahawks showing press on the outside. They're going to attack that press going up top. He makes the catch. Touchdown. Williams, the outside cornerback, was in coverage. You got that press look. You liked it if you're Huntley. Huntley's played a solid game here for the Browns. Very impressive to watch him in this game. That's a great throw. That's just a fabulous throw by him. Great catch, too, by Woods. Williams just couldn't get up and really make a play on the ball there, and that's a touchdown. The ball moved a little bit, but that was a hell of a catch. Good job of high-pointing it. Perfect throw there by Huntley. Wasn't bad coverage, just a perfect throw by Huntley. Too little, too late. 8 seconds to go in this ball game. 4-point lead. Do the Browns even try their onside kick here? Or do they just call it a day on that one? Regardless of the Browns cut Huntley, we should pick him up. Definitely more impressive watching Huntley here in this game and what he's done than what you've seen from Walker here. You think that they just want to get out of here at this point. So here we go. Onside kick, 8 seconds remaining. If you guys haven't already, please do hit that like button. I guess they're just going to kick it. Just a reminder, if you can, please do hit that like button. Please do get subbed up. Trying to get over 20,000 subscribers at this channel this year if we can, and you can help us get there by subbing up, hitting that like button. Even hitting that like button helps out a tremendous amount. Eskridge is going to try to make some miracles happen here on the kickoff return. Can't quite make it happen, but he does bleed out the rest of the clock. And your Seattle Seahawks will walk away with a 37-33 win, completing this opening preseason for Mike Macdonald with a 2-1 record. A game that you could have had even more of a win on a couple of plays, which it moved off of, but a well-played game overall by the Hawks in this one. Much more good to great to talk about through this preseason period than anything else. Only one major injury here with Uchenna Nwosu, and we'll have to see where he stands here as the game goes along. I am going to be going over to the Bleacher Report right now onto that side of it, so if you guys would be happy enough to please join me over there. In the top of the chat here, you will see a link to that Bleacher Report stream. Jump right over there. I will be over there for a half hour, and then we'll be bouncing back over here for some post-game discussion in just a bit. But please do hit that, get on that app, watch it over there. I will be on that side of it, so just click here in the bottom of that link of the description, either in the description link or over here in the chat. Either way, you can get to the link there. I will be over there in about 5 minutes or so. So I'll be bouncing right over onto that side of it immediately regarding this game and post this game. Thank you to all the folks that donated the chat, the innumerable amount of folks that donated the chat, the multiple donations over. You guys are what allows me to do this and do this full time in the way that I do. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing that. Thank you to everybody. Hit the like button and all of the new subs that we gathered up to here today. We will be back here soon. I'm going over the Bleacher Report for a quick breakdown of this show, but the regular season is on deck 2 weeks from now. This team's looking good. Start having some starry eyes for this upcoming year. I've been saying patience. I've been saying there's a big variance about way this year could go, but I've been feeling much more further encouraged by this team the longer we go through this preseason period. I'll be back soon, heading over to the Bleacher Report right now. Join me over there for the quick post-game show, but thank you to everybody else for watching in this channel. Seahawks come out with a win. Feels nice, even in preseason. Still feels real good, doesn't it? I thank you guys for watching. Back soon. Appreciate you on that. Please, by God, don't you ever forget, go Hawks.